Knockout Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Knockout Radio with Randy Harris is about to start. So get ready for the best MMA talk, games, interviews, prizes, and surprises anywhere. For Knockout Radio, I'm the voice, Ray Flores. And now, here's Knockout Radio.
Hey, everybody.
What is going on, everybody? Coming to you live and what possibly will be the last week from the Tan Talk Radio Network. It appears most of the glitches have been taken care of, where we will be streaming the video along with the audio starting next Wednesday. So we'll be at different locations, different studios, different cities, possibly different states. Somebody could be out of the country. As a matter of fact, Wesley will be out of the country next week. So not only will we be on video, but hopefully a good portion will be out of the country next week. So not only will we be on video, but hopefully a good portion, if not most, if not all of our guests will be on video as well. So that'll be starting next week, where you will be able to stream it on the YouTube channel. Hit us up if you haven't subscribed yet on YouTube, knockoutradio.com. All right, a lot of things to get off my chest. We have an APB out for Knucklehead McClellan, who should be here momentarily. And I want his views. I want your views. We may open up a phone line later on the show. We will see. Scheduled to be on the program today, fighting this weekend in Chicago, where I was scheduled to be, and I'll announce why I'm not going to be there shortly. But scheduled to be on today's show, Alexander Hernandez, who is taking on Chase Hooper. Tim Elliott, he's been on the program numerous times. And Dracar Close taking on Edson Barbosa. So those three will be on. We'll talk about Dricus Duplessis attempting to defend. I think this is a big fight for him. Dricus says he wants to, everybody wants to be the GOAT of the division. I think right now it's way too early, and even down the road it may still be too early. It's going to be pretty tough, in my opinion, to leapfrog who I think is the GOAT of that division, and that's Anderson Silva. Some things that happened over the last couple days, no comment by it. No press release by it. No hoopla by it. John Gruden's name is now back up on the Ring of Honor. To be honest, I didn't even notice it. I didn't even know until I got home after the game. No idea when. I was recently told that this happened a little while ago, but that's the first time that a lot of people have been in the stadium. If you've been in the stadium for a concert or whatever 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I would be very curious if it was already put up there, or if you even noticed it, because like I said, I didn't. So we're going to talk about that. Last night was a documentary by TMZ on the passing of Terry Bollea. I was very intrigued to watch it. I did watch it. Some interesting comments, and I thought this as I saw it. Big ups to Mark Henry. Mark Henry definitely not happy. Is that a good way to start? With Terry Bollea? Obviously never, I don't know if he ever forgave him, but he definitely didn't forget the comments that Terry Bollea made. But where I give Mark Henry credit is he kept saying over and over and over again that Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, deserves everything you could possibly imagine, you could possibly say about his wrestling, about the WWF, about the WCW, about the WWE, where I've seen a lot of comments about he wasn't that good, because of his comments this, because of his comments that, and one should have nothing to do with the other. Wrestling is where it is today because of Hulk Hogan. Comment, no comment, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change what Hulk Hogan did for the wrestling world. So we'll talk about that over the next almost 3 hours. Change of naming rights in the Tampa Bay area over at what used to be called, I don't know if it's gone into effect yet, but it was called Emily Arena. and people are making a big deal out of it. Does it matter? Does it matter to you? It certainly doesn't matter to me. I probably call Tampa Stadium more Tampa Stadium than I do Raymond James. I don't even know what the stadium where the Rays play or where the Rays used to play. Oh, Tropicana. That's right. I'm thinking it used to be called so many other things. I just call it Rays Stadium, St. Pete Stadium, Tampa Stadium. So is it that big of a deal that they're cashing in? They got a good deal, a big deal, a better deal. And speaking of big deals, better deals, the UFC just announced yesterday, Dana White had his typical press conference after episode 1 of this year's Dana White Contender Series, where they're going over to Paramount. Pay-per-views, most pay-per-views, because I did see at least one answer to the question from John Morgan, that Dana's saying all pay-per-views may not be going away. Obviously, there's a pay-per-view this Saturday in Chicago, but most will now be streamed on Paramount. I don't have Paramount, so anybody who does, I'm curious, what does that cost? And have they already announced a hike raise? Because at whatever the billion, 1 point whatever billion a year, you would anticipate a rate rise, a rate change, because they're not just going to give it away. If they've been making it for whatever, I don't know, $29.99, $39.99, whatever it is, they're going to charge more because they have to somehow recoup. You're not going to get enough people that are going to sign up for Paramount just for the UFC. They either already have it, they'll do it now, but how many are they going to sign up to recoup 1 point whatever billion a year? So that'll be interesting how that plays out. I did see we've done some things with Margaritaville at Sea, and I hope to give away some more vouchers for free balconies in the future. But I did see something, if you want to jump on it before it disappears, that they have a 7-night cruise, Key West, and I think 2 stops in Mexico for $186 a person. That's not too shabby. So if you can take a week off, or even if you can't, still get it. Call in sick. So these are just some of the things that we're going to talk about. There was an interesting comment during the Hulk Hogan show last night, which I want to talk more to Matt about, when he puts his foot on the gas and gets here. But I'm curious, because Terry was his guy. The comment that Mark Henry said, calling Terry Bollea a racist, then Jimmy Hart came back and said it was a racist statement or racist statements, but Terry Bollea wasn't a racist. So I'm just curious, in your opinion, Matt, if you're listening, be prepared for this question. In your opinion, can you make a racist statement and you're not a racist? Or if you make a racist statement, does that automatically make you a racist? So I'm curious. Everybody has an opinion. We all know what that means. So there are some of the things we're going to talk about. 3 UFC fighters will be coming on, 2 in the second hour, 1 in the third hour. And we'll get to that, some of the questions, and possibly a punch in the face coming when we return. This is Knockout Radio. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Steve Young. You're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris, straight from Tampa Bay.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds, from the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile. Every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com. Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you are bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hello, this is Clyde the Glide Drexler from Houston, Texas, site of the 2004 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And I just want you to know that you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we're back coming to you live. What appears to be, it's been fun being in the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's great here. I love coming here.
I know you love it. You're the one that made us move from Cool Breeze of Pinellas broadcast facility. I was told that today, that we need to start throwing the Pinellas in. But I totally get it. I understand. So I'll be headed back there, hopefully starting next week. I can only imagine.
The only thing better than this studio is the one I built at my house. I can't wait to show all the fans the backdrop and how you can be a part of the show by tagging your city or your country or your state, and then I'll thumbtack it on my map, and we can see how big our global reach really is. Because as you know, MMA is a global sport.
No, for sure. We're huge in India.
Massive.
It's crazy.
And I don't even have a beard.
It's crazy. I don't think that we could walk the streets in India.
Pakistan, actually, or Afghanistan.
Well, I know we can't walk those, but I'm saying.
We can. I'm big in Afghanistan. That's actually where I'm most popular.
Could you go there? Could you move there?
No.
Survive there?
I could survive anywhere.
All right. So here's the first question. Can you make a racist statement?
Oh, yeah.
I know you can.
I'm great at them.
Because I'm sure. Well, no, your statements are stupid. I don't know if they're racist. So I think it was Jimmy Hart last night said. So I watched the Hulk Hogan show, the documentary on TMZ.
Yeah.
And I guess they're the ones that broke it.
Oh, TMZ?
They already had the press release ready. They because it showed, I don't know what his name is, Harvey
Weinstein? Yeah. Or no,
Harvey. No, not him, but Harvey Levine.
Okay.
I think that's his name. That they were ready and go with it and this, that, the other. But I guess Jimmy Hart in the thing said, Hulk Hogan made racist statements. He's not a racist.
Did Hulk Hogan say them, or was it Terry Bollea?
Well, technically it's the same thing.
It depends. He went to court several times in real life, and he stayed in character, in costume, because he said it damaged his image and his reputation. So he petitioned the court of law to keep the Hulk Hogan persona, headband, glasses, in court proceedings. So yeah, I think it does matter. Did Terry say it, or did Hulk Hogan say it?
Well, again, I'm going to say it's the same thing. I know what you're saying.
It's
Hulk Hogan's the character.
Correct.
Terry is the person.
And who owned Hulk Hogan at the time that he said the race? It was owned by the WWF.
I don't think so.
Terry just got it back recently, I think. It was within the last couple of years. That racial thing came out 10 years ago. So if Hulk Hogan said it, and it's not owned by Terry, I just follow the trail.
Yeah, but I don't know about technicalities.
We live in technicality.
No, I understand
Our whole
that.
life is a technicality.
Well, I'm going to say it doesn't matter, because either way, Terry Bollea took the hit.
He did.
So if you're saying that it was Hulk Hogan and not Terry Bollea took the hit.
Well, back then, I think Hulk was okay with Terry Bollea not being a person. But if you notice at the RNC, at the Republican convention when he spoke, he addressed the crowd as, I'm Terry Bollea, I'm an entertainer. And it was the first time I ever heard him separate the two in public fashion.
Well, and they showed that too. And if you watched it, he just said that he was tired and he was sick and tired of blah, blah, playing the character portion.
It's exhausting.
And not, his personal whatever. So again,
I tried to do it. I couldn't.
So my question to you is, there's no right or wrong, this is in your opinion, because I have an opinion. Can you make a racist statement, what's perceived to be a racist statement, what may or may not be a racist statement to the person saying it, but could be taken as a racist statement and not be a racist? I think you can.
I mean, comedians do every day. I mean, to cross that border, that threshold, especially for white comedians like Gary Owens or Theo Vaughn, that's what makes them edgy and offensive, and it gets them credit, the stardom that they are seeking. So I think you can do it. I don't know. That's a loaded question. I mean, it's tough to go.
And it's easy.
I would say, yes, you can use racial comments and just.
It's easy for someone to say, because it's their opinion. If it's not a racist statement to you, then of course you're going to say, yeah, you can make a racist statement and not be a racist because it's not racist to you. So, I mean, I totally get it, but I was kind of taken aback, when that was said on the dock last night.
Well, that's what people keep harping on, is like that, that moment in time, right? So, I mean, but they're always going to kick dirt on your grave once you're gone. So
well, and the whole reason that I brought it up is because I wanted to give, and I thought it as soon as I watched it last night, major ups to Mark Henry. Mark Henry, you could tell was not happy. You could tell he took it personal, the statements, but he not once said anything negative about the wrestler Hulk Hogan. He said, Hulk Hogan did this, Hulk Hogan did that.
Yeah, so he separated the two.
Well,
right.
And again, it's hard to do that, to separate it if you, the character that you think you play on this radio show, and then you walk out to the pizza shop, it's the same thing. So I would say it's the same. I'm just giving big credit to Mark Henry, like I said, who you could tell was still upset. I mean, there have been plenty of African-American or Americans there, but I don't know, because like I told you, I've had 3 people get mad when they're called African-American.
But is it
because they're not American?
Isn't everyone racist? Isn't everyone prejudiced? They're against religion or about like nationality or whatever. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's a racist in their own right.
No, for sure.
I mean, some of the most racist people I know are older black men towards white people. I mean, I know extreme racism on the other side that I was thrown off by.
Is it racist to, and I'm asking it in order for a reason, is it racist to root for an American over a German?
I mean, they call it national pride, or they call it.
Is it racist to root for? Because I know people that do. I mean, on my Facebook page, if you're on my Facebook page, you know these people as well. Is it racist to root for the same color that you are?
I mean, people will call that loyalty. People call that alignment. People call that, so.
And do you have a problem with it?
No, I don't have a problem. Hate who you want. I hate a lot of people. I don't care what the skin color is.
And I hate you. That's besides the point.
I hate a ton of people. And clear is my favorite color officially. I mean, it's like.
Can you see clear?
Oh, of course.
Well, I don't know. Because there's so many colors you can't see.
Well, cosmically, we can only see 0.5% of the universe. So I don't even know if you could see it. And purple doesn't exist.
Well, right.
It's the absence of green. So
just things I thought about.
Hate who you want. If it offends you, you care too much. But I think in today's world, everyone's so distracted on their devices. They're already in their own alignment. What they search, what they look up, who they interact with. People are getting more programming through their phones. So
let me throw this out just because it's knockout radio.
Yeah.
Is it whatever? It's because it's not racist. But if you root for a fighter from your state over a fighter from another state,
I mean, if you
It's just more ways to add
automatically pick the opposite side of something just because it's different or you don't like it, then isn't that racist? Isn't that the same thing?
I don't know if it's racism, but it would be whatever that word would
Prejudice
be. Whatever. But if I'm from Florida, I want Florida teams to win. And I'm not a fan. I could care less. I honestly don't care who wins a football game.
Yeah.
But if you're going to back me into a corner, I would say 99.9% of the time, yeah, I want a Florida team to beat Oregon.
Do you care?
No, I don't care at all.
Right. How many people do you think do care, though?
I think a lot.
Really?
Sure.
You think so?
Well, I think,
because we're jaded, because we're in the media. We have access to it. We've done it for so long. We're burned out from it.
Well, I was like this when I first started. I don't care. The only time I honestly can think off the top of my head, well, there's been 2 times. I have been a Phillies fan because I was born in Philadelphia. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask somebody who I think was born in St. Louis but chose something else. So I'm going to ask him your question. And the 02 Bucks. I rooted for them. They were friends of mine, blah, 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 blah. Did I want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win in 02 or in 20? Really didn't care. Because it's the Bucks and I cover them, but I wouldn't have lost 1 second of sleep if they didn't win.
Well, what do you think about the fandom these days? I mean, Amalie Arena just changed from to Benchmark
International.
Okay. Yeah. Benchmark International.
Arena.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
Benchmark what? Like, is it
I don't know.
Financial company?
So if you go to, and I haven't decided yet, just so you know. See, I pay attention to you.
Okay.
You don't pay attention to me.
What are you talking about?
You may be going to, is it still Amalie Arena? When does it officially flip over?
I assume when they take the name off the building.
Well, but do you know when?
I don't
or are
know.
they going to do it like when they put John Gruden back up at Tampa Stadium?
Just in the middle of the night?
Yeah, just it's up there.
People knowing.
So you may be going to what is or formerly known as Amalie Arena now or could be in the near future Benchmark International Arena this weekend.
For the Monster Jam?
There is a Monster Jam this weekend.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. Because last time I was at Ray J for Monster Jam.
Tampa Stadium.
Or Ray J.
Oh, Tampa Stadium.
But I had media credentials and I was up in the glass in the booth and I didn't get
the free food.
And I didn't get the full experience. And so
it's totally different.
So I chose to go down into the general seating and get the smell and the mud and the excitement and the crowd. Like that's what you go to sporting events for, in my opinion.
Well, not if you go as media.
Yeah. Well, but shouldn't media feel what the fans experience? Like, isn't that the part of media?
No.
You should experience what they experience.
No.
The waiting in line, parking in general.
No.
Walking across the sun to get inside of a hot building.
Well, you have to do that.
To melt.
They don't pick you up in a golf cart, so you have to walk.
To melt on the east side of the stadium as the sun's setting.
No.
What?
No. Do you know how many times I've sat in the football stadium?
I'm going to say.
Not many.
Really?
I went to Old One Buck and Mark Carrier let me sit in his seats once. I swore I'd never do it again.
Why is that?
I almost got in a fight with a female.
You like to fight with females.
I don't. I just want to watch the game.
Is that racist to fight females?
Oh, it could be sexist, but it's
argue with them.
Is this sexist? Just on this radio station, I don't pay attention to you or anybody else, but I happen to hear this, that somebody is trying to change what age children can go to kindergarten.
Oh yeah, because males develop later,
So my granddaughter started kindergarten. She's so excited too. She thinks she's hot stuff going to kindergarten. But whatever this was, wants boys to start at 6 and girls to start at 5.
I think it levels the playing field. I think
what are you leveling what?
Well, biologically, they show that men just develop slower than women do, biologically.
Yeah, I'm going to say you develop slower. I've been around you long enough.
No, but I've never done the research on it, but I've heard that. I mean, I've heard that for way before I got into biohacking or anything, longevity.
In my opinion, if Shane Grossman is listening, obviously it's my opinion, I'm making it. That's the biggest load of crap I've ever had.
I mean, at the end of your lifespan, women typically live longer than men by 2 years.
Well, but that has nothing to do with that you mature quick.
I mean, I'm just saying it could be an acceleration of age. I mean, cellular aging is cellular oxidation. So the rapid rate at you
parroting.
Listen,
No, I'm telling you.
I think it makes sense. I think hold the boys back a year and then level the playing field. I mean, it's all going to be level in the future anyway. Everything's going to be equal.
So you're saying right now
there won't be any racism.
Right now, you're saying it's unlevel that females have an advantage.
They develop faster. They mature quicker, for sure.
Well, I know some males
like women
that haven't matured.
Women are getting their menstrual cycles at 10, 11. You know,
so
that
then,
used to be some at 15, 16.
So then you should start them in kindergarten at 2, so that then it doesn't hit them till they're a senior, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying I'm saying that the world's changing. We are changing as a human being.
You want to do something scurry?
Yeah.
That's scary. 866-826-1340.
Oh yeah, call in. Listen, but in the future when everything's equal and everything's watered down and everything's like blah, you're going to wish that there was racist people around that were passionate, that had like fire in their belly, that were out there like protesting or rebelling.
Do you need a different word than racist? Isn't there a different word?
I think we can evolve.
Okay, say evolve. I'm just saying there'll be enough people down here shortly if you continue to use the word racist.
Racist. Come on down. Let's talk about it. I mean, seriously. I mean, everybody hates everybody else.
No, for sure.
Right? All great wars have been started over religion. I mean, the world's in chaos right now because of religion and territories.
How about bad wars? You said all great wars. Bad wars.
I mean, all wars. But I mean, look at Russia and Ukraine. They're the same people. Like they were all Russians at one point. Then they divided and now they're fighting. Like it's, everybody hates everybody regardless of skin color and how much melanin you have in your skin.
When we come back, I'm going to ask you, since you pay for Paramount, what it costs.
I don't think I have it.
And well, you better get it within the next 3 minutes. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.
Can I borrow $13?
Hi, this is Boomer Esiason. You're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris, so stay right there.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Matt McClellan. And if you know me, I'm going to care about this community greatly. And the devastation from Hurricane Helene realizes that people need me, whether it's accountability or friendship or a ride or a workout or just someone to help them with perspective. And I want you to know that for 15 years, I deliver pizza, but today I deliver hope. And if you need any of that, then please call me, 727-557-4421, a slice a day. Peace.
I'm very excited to announce that Knockout Radio finally has our very own Challenge Coin, thanks to Challenge Coin Country. Challenge Coin Country is a family-run business with over 17 years experience making custom challenge coins, lapel pins, bottle openers, keychains, and many other custom products. They even produced 2 different variations for us, one for military recipients and a slightly different coin for civilians. I strongly suggest you check them out at challengecoincountry.com with free express shipping, and they proudly offer discounts for first responders and military as well. That's Challenge Coin Country at challengecoincountry.com. Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville. Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
Hey, this is James Brown from Sporting News Radio, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, so during the break, oh, by the way, this is Knockout Radio brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone. I jumped on my Book of Face, and there was a post from my good friend Frank Drake.
Okay, nice.
And so it's a picture from 2005 of Dana White. We owe everything to Dana White, let's be honest. And the Fertittas, but Dana White.
I mean, Art Davey. I mean, if he wasn't that wild, crazy, inflatable balloon guy in real life, if he wasn't shooting himself out of cannons at used car lots in San Diego and had this idea to bring all the disciplines together to see which one was superior, there would be no UFC.
Well, yeah, he's the one that started it, but he's the one that didn't take it anywhere. And I'm not ripping Art Davey. He's a super cool dude. We owe everything to Dana White. Everything.
For the scale and the reach and the success and
the desire, the commitment. Not that Art Davey didn't, blah, 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 blah. Luckily, he had some dude by the name of Lorenzo Fertitta, who financed everything. But here's what Frank Trigg put on the Book of Face. 2005, it's an old picture, obviously, of Dana White. The UFC, SEG sold to UFC, Zuffa, to Zuffa. Zuffa paid $10 million to get on Spike. And that's where we saw the Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner, blah, blah. They paid $10 million. And just a couple days ago, they probably won't get it till January. They got paid $7.7 billion. It's
crazy.
Almost twice what it sold for, what the UFC sold for. And this is, I believe, a 7-year deal for $1.1 billion a year.
Refresh my memory, but didn't the UFC sell previously for like $2 billion? There was like a bidding war. There's a Chinese group that was invested. I'm not racist, but there was a Chinese group that was invested. They offered like $2 billion, and then like the Saudis or the Middle Eastern group came back and they bought it for like $4 billion. Well, it wasn't like billions,
they didn't.
$2 billion.
They didn't
$4
buy
billion.
it. They might have bought into it.
Okay, and then they sold to Endeavor.
Right.
And so then Endeavor is owned by Disney. Right. Isn't there a partnership with Disney in that? ESPN? I don't know. I mean, who knows how it's all structured?
I don't know.
But this is huge for.
I know that I don't know. Well, I do own some. I do own stock.
Do you?
Yeah.
In what?
In Endeavor.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. So
just because I thought it was cool.
I
just thought it was kind of cool.
You own WWE?
I don't know what that means. I'm going to some free meal. You know how to get me to something? Free meal.
Okay.
So to a really nice restaurant, and they're going to tell me how I get my money out of the stock because I have no idea.
What's a really nice restaurant to you?
The one that I went to, what is it called? It'll come to me. It's the steakhouse that's downtown in whatever that thing is that I think my jeweler's there, where David Santos' jewelry store is.
Like Ruth Chris?
Yeah, Ruth Chris.
Okay.
I went there. Free meal at Ruth Chris ain't bad.
Okay. So you're a Ruth Chris guy. That's your standard of excellence.
Well, I wouldn't say my standard, but it was good.
Okay.
It's not my favorite steakhouse in Tampa Bay, but.
What's your favorite steakhouse, Tampa Bay?
Well, first of all, it's not the one we go to all the time, but the restaurant at Hard Rock, Council Oak.
Council Oak.
One of my favorite days ever of non-important days. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the birth of my granddaughter.
Yeah, like a regular day.
Yeah. So I think I put a post on Facebook about I'm looking for a really nice steakhouse. And Ian Beckles texted me.
Shout out Ian Beckles.
And said, Council Oak. And I have this thing called Dignitary Club.
Yeah.
I'll hook you up. Going to Council Oak 50% off was pretty cool.
And still expensive.
Yeah, but it wasn't stupidly expensive.
Right, of course.
I can't afford to go there without the card. So we go to another place that we like almost as good. It's not as good as Council Oak. It's not.
Okay.
But every year, I think I've told this story before. So every year I'm like, this is the year, my son goes to nice restaurants. He can afford it like you have jobs. Okay. Not at all, if that makes sense. So every year he's like, hey, go to this place. So every year we make a reservation somewhere. This year it was at some Italian downtown St. Pete.
Okay.
Not far from where I found your sign in somebody's apartment.
Oh yeah, probably
I don't know. Something really
Maybe.
nice. And for the past 5 years, as we're driving to the restaurant somewhere mid-June, because we don't always go on our anniversary, we cancel and go to Longhorn.
Okay.
Every year.
Just comfortable. Routine.
It's routine. We like it. We know it's good. We know it's not stupidly expensive. Is
afraid
it that
of being
much?
disappointed if you go something new.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid to try something new. They're like, I wasted my money and my calories and my time, and I should have just gone where I knew it was great.
I want to try new places all the time, and I never do. It's the same 2 or 3 places all the time.
But it's not just restaurants. It's everything. Once you get in the habit where you're comfortable, it's very hard to like change that if you are already satisfied.
Yeah, but
people really only change when they're not satisfied.
It's not as anything else is not as much. I know this has nothing to do with combat sports or.
It sure does. It has to do with life.
Well, and in a way it does, because I pick and choose what UFCs, what combat sports, honestly, what NFL games, what Tampa Bay Buccaneer games I cover, partly because of where it is. I'm going to cover the Monday night Detroit Lions game only because it's in Detroit.
And because of food in Detroit, or just because of the location?
A little of everything. I texted Seth Gold and said, hey, are you in town? He said, yes. I said, all right, I'm going to come. Let's hang out. I'm going to the Seattle game to cover the Bucks Seahawks because of when Michael Chiesa was on not too long ago. We're going to hook up for lunch. So I try to add more than one thing.
Sure.
But if Chiesa wasn't going to be available, if I wasn't already in Vegas. So yeah, that
what's your
does
favorite,
make it more comfortable.
What's your favorite food town then? I mean, like, are you going because of like a regional vibe? Like, okay, New York City's pizza. Chicago is Vienna beef and, dogs. Is, Philly's cheesesteaks. Are you going regionally?
No, I doubt that I would go to a city for a cheesesteak.
Okay.
I doubt that I would go to Chicago to go get a hot dog at the Wiener Circle.
But if you're there.
But if I'm there.
You're going to get a wiener.
Or Garrett popcorn. I don't know. I remember Greg Hendrick was so mad that we stood in line at Garrett Popcorn an hour and a half in the snow.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, I needed to bring the popcorn home. But the UFC is in Chicago this weekend.
And what's your favorite food when you're in Chicago? Like, are you a pizza or a dog guy?
Have you been with me on the road?
Yeah.
I want to do all this stuff, but I don't stop. I don't want to stop. I don't want to go research. I don't want to. So what do we tend to do? Sit in the hotel and wait. To get on the airplane to go home.
Now here's an innovation that's come out recently.
If you have anything to complain about Matt McClellan, 866-826-1340.
Call me.
That might be the first time I've ever given the number out twice.
So here's a food that I would like you to try. Maybe we can get a sponsor for this segment, or maybe we can reach out to some of the companies that do it. But there's a 3D printed steak that looks like steak. It's printed off of a printer. It's shipped. I believe it's through the Blueprint company.
But it doesn't taste like steak.
Apparently it does. Yes, you do.
Shut up.
I swear you do.
Shut up.
It's from Brian Johnson. I believe it's his company, if I'm not mistaken. But he's the biohacker that spends $2 million a year to live forever, and he created a meat that is replaces
How much does
steak.
he spend a year?
$2 million a year. On cellular health.
I will give him
anti-aging.
A piece of information that will save him $1.8 million a year.
Don't do it. What is it?
He's going to die.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
No, you don't know that. No, they're doing stuff at the cellular level. Dr. David Sinclair at Harvard Medical School. Like, they're reversing blindness in mice to the OSK genes. I mean, if you can live for the next 5 years, you can probably live for another 50. Like at the current rate we're at now with AI and biohacking, we're going to advance as a civilization. But here's the thing: you got to have a life worth living for. I mean, longevity and living forever, if that's your goal, like mine is only worth living if you have a life that's quality and worth living for. So you got to find happiness, you got to find joy, and you got to find purpose. Otherwise, you're just existing.
It's interesting that you want to live forever, but your wife doesn't.
Yeah, she's trying to get out now.
Right.
she's going backwards.
She gets mad every time you talk about living longer.
But it's not true, because on the way in at the top of the hour when I was sitting in traffic late on my way here,
brake line?
they did a report that said 50% of the people consider drinking, even moderately, as toxic and harmful to the body. So people are waking up. They're not self-sabotaging like they were.
I disagree.
People are starting to wake up. They're they want to get healthier.
I think people have always known it's poison.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they do.
It's so embedded in our life, though, Randy. I mean, everywhere you go, the first thing you do, sit down, here's a drink. Go to someone's house. Hey, come on in, have a glass of wine.
You don't think that
go to church.
You don't think that people who are smoking that they know that it's killing them? You are an idiot.
Non-smoking is the best thing I ever started.
You are just.
Why am I the bad guy?
You are just the dumbest human being
What
I've
are you
ever been
talking
around.
about?
God.
Non-smoking is the greatest thing I ever did. But no, I look, people know it's bad. People are creatures of habit. They do repetitive things, just like when you go to anniversary dinners, you go to the same Longhorn Steakhouse every year.
I've thrown you 6 softballs.
What?
I've thrown you 6 slow pitch softballs.
What do you want me to do with it?
I continue drinking Diet Coke.
You'll change.
No, I won't.
You will, because RFK Jr. will make aspartame illegal in the next 12 months. And you won't even have it in the option. Coca-Cola will have to reformulate the stuff to comply. The trick is you got to make sure they don't use other things. Like now it's everything's, sugar-free, but they're still using sucralose and other additives.
Already. I have a warehouse stocked
of Diet
Coke.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm good for a couple of years. I'm ready. I'm prepared. When we have that big thing and everybody else has food and toilet paper, I'm going to have Diet Coke.
I'm going to have cigars and distilled
Why
water.
do you need more than one?
What do you mean?
So you don't smoke it.
Yeah.
You just suck on it.
I bite down on it.
So
and I use it for nasal oxygen internally.
You cram that up your nose? That's what you're saying? Would you stop already?
We get more oxygen internally.
God, that's the dumbest thing ever.
What are you talking about?
Lola's going to be very upset because this is a non-smoking room.
Lola's lived forever already. She gets it. I hope I make it to her age. I mean, that's a full life.
You know what's really sad? When I talked to her last week, she was barefoot, and I thought of you.
Well, barefoot's the way.
Combining the two of you kills me.
It's natural, baby.
This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by
Answer the question,
Strong
though.
and Staff Zone.
Would you eat meat that's been printed?
Hi, this is Ozzie Smith, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hey, this is Tony Hawk, and you're talking sports with Randy.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're back. Final segment, hour number 1. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone. Would I eat a 3D printed steak? Now, I Googled it.
Yep.
There are things edible in it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's not like plastic. It's not like you're making it out of a 3D printed gun or something. Well,
that really blows my mind that you can get a 3D gun that shoots.
Well, yeah, and the bullets are plastic. They disintegrate. I mean, there's a lot of innovation out there. I mean, and you can't track it because there's no serial number. It didn't come through a gunsmith. It didn't come through a firearms dealer. It's not registered. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there 3D printing. So meat is now the next on the chopping block. So
what was before that obviously was the plant-based stuff. That's
like
tastes
Beyond
like,
Burgers and like
I tried one once.
Yeah,
awful.
Yeah, it didn't. Well, because you're used to and you were expecting it to
taste like meat,
something that you were accustomed to, and it didn't. So then it left you unsatisfied, right? I mean, that's really, if you're going to replace something you already automatically love and do, it has to beat the expectation. Like if you,
that's not always true. Let me explain why.
Go ahead.
So you replaced a former co-host, and you haven't beat them, replaced them. You know,
they're not here anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So one, that's not true. And two, who else is me? Who else could be me other than me? You don't have anybody that has that kind of range. Go ahead.
All right. I would try it.
Yeah.
I would take a bite of it.
I think we should get a sponsorship from them. Have them sponsor Knockout Radio when because I want to buy Hacking World.
Hold on a second. Here's the key. Have to try it first.
Okay.
I have to like it before they could sponsor the show.
How about we do it the other way? And is it a performance enhancing drug? It's going to change the biochemistry of your body. If you're a fighter in fight camp and you're eating meat that's genetically modified,
that's not meat.
That's not meat. You're not eating a diseased animal like in a cow, right? Because mad cow disease and other illnesses. So, if you went to a 3D printed diet for your fight camp, is that a performance enhancement?
No.
Not if everyone else isn't using the same thing.
That has nothing to do with it.
I bet it is if you win.
I bet it isn't.
I bet they bring a big deal about it if you're eating 3D printed food.
I bet if that were to happen and you could prove a lot of things, more people would then do it. But if you're not adding anything, this is less of a helper, than those beads that supposedly help you, the magnetic bead thing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
All the ball players wear them.
I guess doing actual meat would be the steroid enhancement version, because the hormones they give the cattle.
Right.
So if you're a human eating the tissue of an animal.
So then in your theory, Overeem was cheating because he was eating horse and nobody else was really eating horse.
Hey, yeah.
Well, so I don't see anything wrong with that.
But that makes sense, though, for sure.
Until he started to lose, and then it wasn't helping him anymore. So can it be a performance enhancer only while you're winning? Can it be a performance enhancer that's enhancing your bad performance that you still didn't win?
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, it's still if you think it's a performance enhancer because they're winning.
Well, wasn't it Jessica I that passed a parasite? Didn't she have a worm that was
monster,
like a 4 foot long,
it was
parasite?
A monster. Unfortunately, yeah.
So
we saw the photo.
So good or bad, nutrition impacts your performance
across
the board.
That parasite was bigger than my puppy.
Yeah.
Longer.
Yeah.
Not necessarily bigger, but longer. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
But I don't know, man. I think that's an interesting, topic to go down and explore. I would like to try it.
All right. Not sports related. I'm curious because this happened to me this morning. How long, and I've told the Jerry Lewis story with my uncle numerous times. How long will you wait for someone that's late? You have a meeting. You have an appointment. You go to them, or they even come to you. It don't matter. You go to them, they come to you.
Where's our apology cam? Is that one? So
this has nothing to do with you.
Well,
you're always late.
I'm always late. I've never respected anyone else's time other than my own.
No, you barely respect your own.
I don't even respect my own. So I just move.
So how long
through space?
How long would you wait? Case in point, I had someone come look at my mom's house today. I said, I tell everybody up front, be on time. I don't wait.
Yeah,
I don't.
I have zero value in even like the waiting for the person. So even if they don't show up, I wouldn't even notice.
Because you're not there.
One, I'm not there, and two, I don't care.
I had at 8:30 and I left at 8:45.
I'm doing them a favor by showing up.
They called at 9 o'clock and said, we're here. I go, great. I'm not. I don't understand. We had an 8:30 appointment. You expected me to sit there for a half an hour? I thought I was being generous waiting 15 minutes. And I started to get itchy at 8. Right? Matter of fact, I left at 8 and I drove around the block and said, no, I'll wait the 15 minutes. So I'm curious, anybody else, text us, post it, go to the Book of Face, go to the YouTube channel.
I'm more like Kanye West. I'm like, you're lucky I even showed up to this lame thing.
I honestly believe that people that listen to this show think you're a gimmick.
This is not a gimmick. This is me. Like, I'm the real me. This is me 100% me.
For people out there, this is true. I'm fighting with this moron on a regular basis who refuses to answer his phone.
I don't answer phones.
And so we play phone tag because what happens when you call me back?
You don't answer.
I don't answer it because you didn't
earlier.
answer mine. I don't care. If it wasn't important for you to answer when I called, and that's what you say, I'll call you back when I feel like it.
But my phone doesn't ring though. If you call right now, it won't ring.
All right. Nothing to
It'll go right to voicemail.
Nothing to do with combat sports. But does anything set you off like this does me?
Okay.
You call a business. It'd be bad enough if you called a person.
Okay.
It'd be worse if it was a friend, but you don't have many of those. So you call a business and the recording is, I'm not available right now. Leave your name and phone number and I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience.
Okay.
My response is, well, when it's convenient for you, leave a message on my line.
It's inconvenient that you left a damn message. Like, now I got to go in and check a voicemail. When was the last time you checked a voicemail?
I'm going to make this MMA related. I lost a friend because of that.
Really?
I had a friend that everyone in the MMA world will know, and I will say who it is in a second. I thought we were pretty good friends. And his recording was, don't leave a message. This is a business line. Don't leave a message.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you checked the voicemail?
Hey, Joey, it's Randy. I'm just touching base with you we're going to meet up in Vegas, blah, blah, blah. And Joey Diaz was not happy. And I think that's the last time we talked.
See? But things change. Look, if you call somebody on a phone, it better be immediate family or important. If you voice call them, because you feel like you're almost like bothering someone. Like, oh, I don't want to inconvenience them. I'll just send a text. But when was the last time you actually called somebody voice, other than me, because you and I have a different relationship? I think it's more like a father-son kind of thing.
Well,
like
if it was, I would be beating you on a regular basis.
Well, like a grandfather-son kind of
that's
thing.
even
I'm
worse.
going the other way. I'm reversing age.
My grandfather told us, if you go outside, don't come back. Until night. We could not come back in the house until dark. So we would never go out at 9 a.m. I knew better.
Yeah, because then you'd be trapped.
And I know that I've told this story and we only got a couple of minutes. So this was in Venice, Florida. And my grandfather was a policeman for, 30 years or whatever in Philadelphia, the mean streets of Philadelphia. So I went out when I shouldn't have, and I couldn't come back in. I ended up finding a Rolex watch in a bathroom of a gas station.
Shut up.
I had to find something to occupy my time.
Did you keep it?
No, I turned it back in.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you could take that to lesson up in the Golden American Pond.
This happened in the mid-'70s, and I can prove that I returned it because I still have the letter from the guy.
Really?
The guy called the gas station, I guess.
Okay.
And they sent him the watch back. He was in Canada, and the cheapskate Canadian sent me a $5 Canadian bill, which equaled about $2.25 US.
Wow.
Could have at least sent me a $10 Canadian bill.
I bought a gun at a garage sale for a church. It was like a sleeping bag cot, combo unit. So when I got the sleeping bag home, I unrolled it and I found a handgun. So I'm like, oh, I mean, it was an old.
Don't you have to turn that in?
Yeah. So I went over to the Burger King. I saw a policeman, cop sitting in the
Burger King. You're an idiot.
I saw him at the Burger King in the drive-thru waiting to get his lunch. And I went over, I knocked on the window. I'm like, hey, I've got a gun in here. I'm like, but I'm not going to get it. You get it. I bought it at a garage sale. I don't want it. Can you take it? And so he took it. No paperwork, no ID, nothing. So police officer got a free gun.
Was it a Burger King in Ybor City?
No, it was St. Pete.
Well, you know that story.
No.
That's where they found the guy who.
Oh, the sniper,
well, he wasn't a sniper.
Serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like shooting people at random, like at bus stops.
Yeah. Yeah, they found him at the Burger King.
Do you think that killed the growth of Seminole Heights in Tampa? I mean, today's 813 day. It's all about Tampa today.
It is 813.
There's a lot of specials today, like $8.13 or $8.13 for the museum. $8.13 off.
That's why the Florida State Fair, I was so mad. I got an email that, like last year, they sold fair tickets for $5 5 months before. And I was so pissed when I got the email that it's $8.13.
You thought it was inflation?
Yeah, well, it is inflation.
It's 813 day. They're trying to be themed and gouge you for $3.
So they waited till 813. They could have gone on sale May 1st.
Yeah, they could have done like 1-1, one.
All right. Thank God I'm done with you this hour.
What are you talking about?
Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong Staff Film. Headed up to Chicago. The great Alexander Hernandez when we return.
That is March 5th, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong. Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump says Russia will face very severe consequences unless it stops the Ukraine war. He spoke today with European leaders, including Ukraine's president.
We had a very good call. He was on the call. President Zelensky was on the call. I would rate it a 10, very, very friendly.
Putin is bluffing about holding genuine negotiations on Ukraine. That, says Ukraine's President Zelensky, is the message he delivered to President Trump in their phone call.
Putin doesn't want peace. He wants to occupy our country. And we understand it. Putin cannot fool us.
Denied a place at the table, Zelensky had the president's ear for a while, supported by EU leaders who feel their future security hangs on the outcome of Friday's summit. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
At least 3 deaths are blamed on flash flooding in Tennessee. Parts of that state could get more rain today. Tropical storm Erin is expected to develop into a hurricane later on this week. CBS New York meteorologist Craig Allen is tracking it.
So far, there are no watches or warnings for any coastal areas, but folks in the Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico should be monitoring the progress of Erin.
Federal investigators have charged 13 people in a scam that targeted hundreds of grandparents.
The suspects in the U.S. and the Dominican Republic would call the victims pretending to be their grandchildren, saying they had some sort of emergency and needed cash. Then they would book an Uber to pick up the money from the grandparents and deliver it to a middleman. Suspicious Uber drivers alerted the FBI. Boston's special agent in charge, Ted Dox.
These alleged fraudsters did not just steal their victims' nest eggs, they stole their peace of mind, shattered their trust, and left behind a trail of heartbreak.
The scammers stole more than $5 million. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
At the Kennedy Center, the rock band Kiss was named one of the new honorees today, along with George Strait, Gloria Gaynor, Michael Crawford, and the actor Sylvester Stallone. President Trump, who now runs the Kennedy Center, plans to host this year's program.
In the coming months, we'll fully renovate the dated and the infrastructure of the building and make the Kennedy Center a crown jewel of American arts and culture once again.
Amazon says people in more than 1,000 cities and towns will now have access to fresh groceries to order online, and there are plans to reach over 2,300 locations by year's end. Wall Street's right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 307 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tampa Bay's
TAN Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Hey, this is Mike Ditka, and you're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we're back hanging out here in what? What are you looking at?
That's my point.
Why?
People don't answer the phone. You got to text them. You got to send a direct message. You got to slide in those DMs on Instagram. You got to like send a snap or a twig or a whatever. People are branching out, bro. You got to communicate in different ways now.
Do you like? Well, I don't know if you ever had them back then, but would you like to get rid of cell phones? I mean, you don't answer it, so it probably would.
People were more free when the phone was tethered to the wall.
As silly as that sounds.
But that's what we've become. Like people were free because you could only conduct business during business hours if the person was at the office to receive it. You know, the voicemail was, "Hey, I'm at work, but leave a message. I'll get it when I get home." Now you're always connected.
My granddaughter got promoted at MMA. She's 5 years old. And I've ripped it before. I think it's ridiculous that they have belts. My nephew is a black belt in karate. Okay.
Yeah.
Your dog could kick my nephew's ass.
Well, you gotta use something to keep your pants up.
Exactly.
You gotta have a belt for something.
Well, that came from Karate Kid.
That's what I told Hulk Hogan. Like in the video, I say, you know what, wrestling is the dumbest sport? There's two men fighting for a belt and they got no pants on. That's how we started our video.
And that's why he never spoke to you again.
It's true.
Yeah.
Probably.
Who did you piss off quicker?
Oh, Ric Flair.
I was going to say, was it Flair or Hogan?
All day.
Yeah.
No, it's Flair. All day.
I was there. I know.
Yeah. No, you weren't there. That was a different day. The same basement, same location, but different outcome.
Did you wanted to sing to him or you wanted him to sing?
He was sick. Okay. Never mind. That's too big of a story, but basically I know who has the house and I know who has access to the phone to control the music on all 3 floors. And I know that they put on his song, Ric Flair Drip. And I thought it would be a great viral video to go sing Ric Flair Drip with Ric Flair in this house party while the song's playing on the loudspeakers. And as soon as I put the phone on him to do the cameo, he was like, "Get that damn phone out of my face," and like swatted at it. That was it. Just because I wanted a viral video. And it still would be a great video to get.
No, for sure.
I mean, Ric Flair singing his own song.
All right, so
that's
awesome.
awesome.
So you pissed off and Ric Flair never spoke to you again.
I didn't piss him off for that.
You pissed off Hulk Hogan and he never spoke to you again.
I didn't piss off.
How about the Bushwhackers?
Oh, Terry or Luke invited me to the private ceremony on Thursday. I went out to Don Pomfilio's. Brian Blair was there. He did tributes and talked about Terry and their first wrestling match that was the first in history. When he broke into the industry and it was great. It was great to see all the people. Joey Gomez in attendance and a lot of old friends. They all got up and spoke. They talked about the past. Nick was there. He brought his wife. So while everybody was talking to Nick about his dad, I just said, "Hey guys, congratulations on getting married." Because they just recently walked down the aisle and something this big in magnitude kind of takes away from their thunder of like being a newlywed couple and, that feeling of like all the attention's on them as a new unit. And so I just want to let them know that, don't forget to celebrate you guys during this process.
Yeah, wasn't the time.
But yeah, you don't think?
No. I mean, it was cool that you did that.
I mean, you could see they were just kind of over it because like it was a lot, that's a legend.
But it has nothing to do with it being a legend. There's nothing to do with that. It was Hulk Hogan. It was the death of his dad.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the death of a parent. So I don't think it's any bigger of a deal for him than when my dad died or when anybody else out there that's listening's dad or mom died. There just might have been more people there.
Yeah.
But it's not overwhelming. It's not, more overwhelming.
Well, with the cameras and the TMZs and the inside scoops and the Bubba the Low Sponges, everybody's trying to get an angle and a story. I mean, it's got to be intense. Like, for the immediate family, don't you think that's like?
No, I mean,
when your father passed, nobody's hanging outside your house and recording every move you do and looking at who you talk to or who shows up or who drove by. Like, your life
they get that all the time.
Spotlight. Not as bad as now. I mean,
well, during the TV show, during the race.
Back in the day.
I mean, and that wasn't a dig. It was just, the facts. I mean, there was cameras, trying to get Nick all the time.
Talking about race again.
About race.
Would you get off the race thing? Damn. Can we go to a new segment?
Yeah.
Our new board operator's like, what the hell is this show? He's like, what do we guys do here?
Waste 3 hours?
Yeah. How much time do we have to waste though? New board guy. I like his hat.
Have you ever learned how to tell time?
I'm not good at it because time is, it's the same minute. Yeah.
When you don't have a job,
like all the constraints.
And you're always late.
All the constraints.
Let me finish.
Is man-made.
Let me finish.
It's man-made.
When you don't have a job,
yeah,
you're always late. And you don't care where you go, when you go, or how you get there.
I didn't care when I had a job. When I owned a restaurant, it didn't matter. But the minute is a minute. It's the same unit of time. Like constraints of society, like Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week is business hours. Like we put these constraints. Like we changed the way we record time.
Is it time for the biggest rigged sporting event of all time? Is it time for
what's the biggest rigged event?
The Little League World Series.
Oh, would you leave those kids alone? Come on, Epstein, would you leave it alone? Like, let them play ball, man. Let's quit.
But it's rigged.
Oh, quit harping on the kids.
I'm not harping on the kids. Right. I'm harping on the tournament. I'm harping on how it's set up. I don't think
because USA gets an automatic
bid to the final World Series game.
It's home field advantage.
Well, then maybe they should move it around like the Olympics.
Home soil advantage.
Then it should be like the Olympics or something and moved around. Now they can't because, they could. Other places, other countries could build, a 4, 8, 12 complex. But yeah, I think it's rigged. I think that the United States, we should only have one team in the Little League World Series.
I mean, it would be fair.
And then it would mean something if you got there.
But Korea would have two teams because they'd have North and South.
Well, it's two different countries.
Fair enough.
It's two different countries.
Isn't America North and South? Don't we have the same kind of thing? When you were in the Civil War, which side were you on? I mean, is that how you messed up your knee?
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Okay.
All right. So everybody, we're in the finals. Yeah, you're in the finals. Team USA is guaranteed to be in the finals.
That kid they just showed would definitely eat some 3D printed meat. I don't think he's discriminative of any kind of meat. That guy looks like he would eat whatever.
Thoughts on this weekend's UFC?
Man, I know I'm a terrible commentator personality for Knockout Radio, but I don't even know who's fighting. And even worse, I don't even care. I mean, to be honest, I'll catch the highlights maybe if they come across my feed. If I know somebody in it or something happens where it goes viral, then I'll watch that. Obviously, a highlight knockout or whatever. But I don't even see it anymore. Everything.
Honestly, I haven't seen. I don't see much on the 4-letter awful network.
It's not in your face. I see bars still promote it because it still draws people in. But I don't.
And I'm going to disagree.
Do you really?
As normal?
What?
Because a lot of the bars, a lot of the restaurants don't want it. There's a reason that they've stopped showing it because they lose a fortune showing pay-per-views.
Well, yeah, because it's broadcasting based on your occupancy license for the number of establishments.
Right. It's how many seats. You know, that it's how many seats. And the problem, like when we would do it at the press box or Hooters or whatever, is fans would come at 5:00 to watch the entire card and buy one pitcher of beer and split 20 wings among 16 people.
And then go out in the parking lot and test out the new moves they just learned. I mean, that was an era. I mean, every time you left the parking lot, there was always a scrap because two guys like, oh, I'm going to do that to you.
Now, I did win a bet at the Hooters on 4th Street. I was doing a meet and greet, and I had all the equipment there and blah, 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 blah. And now we're on the live card. We're at the main card. Or it could have been the prelims, but it's on TV. And a guy says, who do you think's going to win this? And I said, fighter A. No, not at all. Fighter B is a better fighter. He has a better record. He has this, he's that. And the guy goes, do you want to bet? I go, yeah, sure, I'll bet. What do you want to bet? So we bet dinner. I won.
Okay.
because it was from the undercard that had already happened.
Oh, so you watched it earlier?
Not watched, you're able to find out, right? There was media there and they're posting and whatever.
Well, that happens if it's like over in Dubai and they'll it happened already and like they do a replay.
Well, no, it happens a lot if on an undercard on the prelim or whatever is a quick knockout or a great, whatever, and it's filler.
Right.
So now you're on the TV portion and you have a 30-second knockout and you have 25 minutes to kill, before the next time scheduled to send the next fighter out. So then they would use fillers from earlier. So they ran a fight that was already done. It was so long ago, they were already at the airport flying home.
Yeah.
So,
But two questions about that whole Hooters experience. One, were they eating real chicken with the hormones or were they eating 3D printed chicken wings? Did you win?
Was real chickens?
Real chickens. And why since Clearwater, Florida, where we're broadcasting live right now for possibly the last time, is the birthplace.
If you learn your role in time.
Is the birthplace of the original Hooters.
Right.
Why in the hell did it take this long to put one in the Villages? They just opened the first Hooters in the Villages with all the older senior citizens.
All the golf carts parking in the handicap
spot.
racist.
I'm not racist. I'm just saying like there's a lot of golf cart people up there, and they're all older and they're demographic.
I went there for the first time. I've never been there.
Did you feel comfortable?
No.
Did you feel at home?
I didn't have a golf cart.
What color loofah did you have?
I didn't have a golf cart.
What color loofah?
I don't even know what that means.
Sure. Right.
So we drove up.
Look at our board operator. He's like, I know what the loofah colors are. Go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And I drove up to see Rebel, which is Jimmy Denning and his new band. And I'm like, what is this place? Now, Steve is from up in that area.
It's like a Truman Show up there. So it's weird.
It's weird. And golf carts everywhere. Giving you dirty looks because you're flying by doing 50. You're in a golf cart. It's not my fault. It's not my problem.
Yeah, it's a wild spot up there.
You know what? It would be your problem or my problem is if we don't hit this break on time. So let's hit it. Bottom of the hour, Tim Elliott returns as he gets ready for his return to the octagon. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.
Hey, this is Anthony Davis, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds, from the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile. Every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com. Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you are bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8-man strong.
Hi, this is Jim Thome, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Another sports sale. Looks like the Trailblazers are selling for $4 billion.
Right.
It's the first thing you would do if you had a check for $4 billion.
Whew.
Get it away from your wife?
No. She's great with money.
Well, no, before she takes it and then finally kicks you out.
I would just go for I'd probably go into hiding. I think kind of like burying a bone or like burying treasure. I think with that kind of money, man, you can't be out. And like people don't understand. If you have a Lamborghini, I don't know if you've ever been in a Lamborghini, but you have to have incredible confidence to drive a Lamborghini, because if you end up in a stoplight or a train track in the wrong neighborhood, people don't always look at it like, oh, wow, a Lamborghini, I want to be successful too. A lot of people look at it like, all right, this guy,
I want to own this.
I'm going to jack this dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to take what he's got.
Have you ever hidden something and forgot where you hid it?
For sure. No question.
Yeah, I did too.
I hid my professionalism in 2012.
No, bull crap. Bull crap.
All
right, be careful. Bullship.
Yeah.
SHIP.
Next week we can cuss?
No.
Come on.
No, because it's still on the radio.
These
dummy.
words are human made. Like they only refer to construct based on the human. It's like the time slot for the work week.
No.
Can we get past that description?
All right, now that you kept talking when I told you to shut up, I forgot what I was talking about to make me say bullshit.
Okay, go ahead.
What did you say before that?
I don't know.
Oh, you never had professionalism. You can't lose something that you've never had.
Well, I lost money and I don't have that anymore.
No, but you've had money.
Oh, yeah, I had money.
And you've lost it because you no longer have money that you had before.
Well, because I no longer have the value for it anymore. I don't chase it like I used to.
But you can't lose professionalism when you've never had it. You have to have it to lose it.
Professional. I shaved my face. Look, like in a lot of organizations, like a firefighter, for example, you can't have a beard.
Well, up until recently, you couldn't play for the New York Yankees.
Yeah, well, long hair.
Or a beard.
Yeah. Yeah. So, things change, Randy. Everything's changed.
All right. So Dricus Duplessis gets back in the octagon this weekend. I like this fight. I'm really looking forward to it.
Isn't he South African?
Yes, he is.
And there's more white people there, I've heard. Like, I don't know that, but I've heard the rumor that South Africa is predominantly like Europeans and like the white Caucasians. But because it's South Africa, everyone assumes that the pigment's dark.
Is that racist statements?
I don't know if that's a racist statement. Can we go to the board? Let's check
any words spoken by
let me see
the clown to my right.
Let me check with the judges. Russia, Germany.
Yes.
Sweden.
The answer is yes.
Chime in.
And I understand what you're saying, that when you don't see it, like I really haven't seen it much. Everybody's Dricus is fighting. You know who else is on the card? Did you know that King Green's on the card?
Oh, King Green.
I'm a little upset at him, and I'll take it out on him.
And he
later.
changed his name to King.
Yeah, well, that's why I said King Green, because that's his name.
Yeah.
His name is King Green. Our buddy Gerald Mershart.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Honestly, really didn't know that. I didn't know Chase Hooper was on the card until I got the list that we were going to interview his opponent.
If you weren't an insider with the UFC, if you were just Joe Blow, average fan,
that's all I am.
Would you know that these fight cards are when they are, when to tune into them, and who's fighting on them? If you weren't inside getting emails and updates, and you have to talk about it on Wednesday, and how does the general public get this information?
It's a difficult question because you've already said it. We're jaded. Okay, so I don't know if I'd be a fan if this isn't what I do. Okay, now I love mixed martial arts. Okay, it had nothing to do with.
Hold on, do you love this mixed martial arts, or do you love the golden era when it was rebellious, when it was like barbaric, when it was against the grain, against the norm, and like the shock value associated with it? Or do you love today's MMA, or do you love what it was?
No, I liked them both. I like them. I like Nell.
Okay.
I think it's more competitive now, meaning BJ Penn. I would say Matt Hughes, but BJ Penn's obviously a little bit smaller, even though obviously fought in the same weight division. BJ fought heavyweight, so really using him as a reference. Demetrius Johnson couldn't have competed in the old UFC. I don't care how good Demetrius Johnson was. There was incidences back in the day where the Yokozuna dude, who the guy threw a punch, knocked his tooth out, and he basically quit. I'm saying the talent today couldn't use then. Demetrius Johnson couldn't fight John Jones. Demetrius Johnson could fight a bigger, non-athletic Yokozuna. You know what I'm saying? It's just not mixed martial art guy.
Well, how do you define athletic? Just because of the weight? Because there's a lot of big men that are tremendous athletes, offensive linemen.
Do you think Andre the Giant was athletic?
For his size?
No, not for his size.
I mean, it depends. Yeah, he was an athlete.
You think?
Sure. Yeah, he was an athlete. Andre the Giant was an athlete.
He was an athlete because you have to be an athlete to be a championship wrestler. But he wasn't athletic. I mean, Terry basically wasn't athletic.
I mean, the leg drop was pretty athletic.
You think?
Required athleticism.
Did it really?
I mean, it's definitely hard on compression. I mean, it's hard on the body, but
that's partly of what killed him.
But the leap and the elevation. I mean, yeah, you got to be an athlete to do those moves for sure.
Okay.
But like, look at the linemen at the Bucks. Those guys will beat you and I in a 40-yard dash. They're much bigger than us by 150 pounds more.
Sure.
But the athleticism there, just because they're bigger, you know.
What about Watson?
I think Watson beats us both.
You think?
I think so.
I don't.
Barefoot, he knows how to run.
I don't. I don't think he could beat you or I in a walk, not alone a run. And I'm not being disrespectful or anything. I mean, he may off the line, but I don't think he wins in a 40
You think you could beat him?
In a 40-yard? Yeah.
Wow.
In a 10-yard and a 20-yard? You know,
I think he'd beat you. I think he beats you handedly.
I don't.
Once he gets moving like a locomotive, man, that thing just like you're using inertia and energy.
And I did want to talk about this. A lot of people, on the Book of Face is like, oh, it's heartbreaking that he's out there and he can't practice. It's not heartbreaking. He needs to get his heart in shape. And I'm not saying he doesn't have the heart for it. They want to make sure he doesn't die on the football field.
Well, I mean, that's the risk of all these athletes.
I was at rookie camp. And he spent more time on his knee. He was spent. He was tired. He was schwitzing. He was, and they're trying to get him ready to play. I think they keep him.
I think we take a wager. I think we call in 1-866-826-1340. Who would win, Randy or Watson?
In what?
In a foot race, 40-yard dash.
Let's go 100.
I don't even think you can catch a cold. Let's go 100.
Let's go 100 yards.
100 yards.
100 yards.
You versus Watson.
Yeah.
Watson beats you in 100.
I don't know.
Once he gets moving, bro, that thing's just
I could be wrong. I don't think he could run 100 yards.
I think we can set this up. You got all the connections. Make it happen. Let's do it for charity.
Well, I would only set it up if I'm guaranteed that I know I can win. So first, let me see him run.
Or do it for a buffet.
I
do it for like a free Golden Corral. Either way, you guys both win.
He hasn't done anything now that training camp is over. Well, the next 2 days, which is in Pittsburgh. It's over here in the Tampa Bay area. He hasn't done anything that we've been able to see. I don't know if he comes out after. I don't know what he does in the locker room, but he has not practiced 1 second of training camp. Hasn't dressed. He's walked. He's dropping weight. I mean, he's definitely dropping weight. But so we don't know what he can do. Now, he played college ball.
Yeah. At the University of Florida, which is a program.
Sure.
I mean, they at that level.
Do you know, and I know the answer already, no, you have no idea. Did he play 3 plays in a row? Did he play a series in a row? I don't know. So I don't know. Or did they just use him to stop 4th and 1? Did they, I think he's going to be a very valuable asset if they can get him on the field for certain positions, certain things. Somebody said with Wirfs out, they should just put him on the left side. Nobody's going to run through him. They'll run around them, but they're not going to run through them. So you push them maybe more inside so that it doesn't come out the very famous movie, The Blind Side.
Okay.
To hit your quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. Another guy that's not really taking too much to be in a backup is Trask. He was fighting hard for that Bridgewater.
He looked good last week.
I guess he will beat out Bridgewater. Is that what I've heard?
Well, no, he hasn't beat him out yet. Bridgewater hasn't played yet.
Because Trask saying like he's not even trying to be a backup to Mayweather or Field or
Mayweather.
Mayfield.
I love when you try to talk, but you have no idea what you're talking about.
Whatever. The quarterback for the Bucs.
Yeah.
May Baker.
Yeah, Baker. Right.
So,
no, he is Baker's backup.
But he thinks he can be a starter.
No, he doesn't.
That's what Trask said.
Yeah.
I saw him talk about it.
Well, it's just like when you talk that you think, you're a legend or a star. You say whatever just for shock value. but deep down, Trask knows. And Trask knows that he possibly could be in a battle. But we don't know. Bridgewater may play this weekend up in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And we'll see.
I got a question for you, though.
Quickly.
Well, and then I won't ask it.
This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by Staff Zone and 8 Man Strong. Matt may return in 2 and 2.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Taylor, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Matt McClellan. And if you know me, I would care about this community greatly. And I have the devastation from Hurricane Helene realizes that people need me, whether it's accountability or friendship or a ride or a workout or just someone to help them with perspective. And I want you to know that for 15 years, I deliver pizza, but today I deliver hope. And if you need any of that, then please call me, 727-557-4421. A slice a day. Peace.
I'm very excited to announce that Knockout Radio finally has our very own Challenge Coin, thanks to Challenge Coin Country. Challenge Coin Country is a family-run business with over 17 years' experience making custom challenge coins, lapel pins, bottle openers, keychains, and many other custom products. They even produced 2 different variations for us, one for military recipients and a slightly different coin for civilians. I strongly suggest you check them out at challengecoincountry.com with free express shipping, and they proudly offer discounts for first responders and military as well. That's Challenge Coin Country at challengecoincountry.com. Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville. Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
This is Mike Evans with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, we're back coming to you live, possibly we've been talking about it. We're going into our own individual studio starting next week. So
Yes, we are.
I'm very excited about that. I should be in Chicago right now, but I'm headed up to see my brand new granddaughter tomorrow. But somebody that I was going to say will be in Chicago. He is in Chicago as he gets back in the octagon this Saturday. Tim Elliott. Tim, how are you?
I'm so good, man. Congratulations on your new granddaughter.
Thank you very much. It's our 5th, but this was 7.5 weeks premature. It was an interesting 6 weeks waiting to get her home.
Well, when it's time.
Nope, for sure. This will be your 35th pro fight week. I'm curious, does the first one seem like a lifetime ago, or does it seem like, fairly recent?
Man, honestly, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. It's weird. I haven't fought so long. Like, I feel like I should be good at it by this point. But I showed up here in Chicago, and I didn't have a cup or a mouthpiece. I was just kind of going on about my day like I was on a vacation. And then, lucky I had my people still in Kansas City to get my stuff to me. But, it's one of those things. No matter how long you do it, there's no real way to prepare for it. It's like having a kid or a granddaughter. Like, it just happens when it happens, and then you gotta be ready for all the curveballs that are going to be thrown at you.
How true that is. I take my 5-year-old granddaughter to Disney, and I always forget her hat. I always forget something, and I've done it enough times. Kind of like you've fought so many times. So no, I totally get it. So again, this is your 35th pro fight. Are you still excited? Do you still get excited fight week? Do you still get excited Saturday morning as you're going to the arena, or is it, I've done it enough, this is my job?
I do, man. I get so excited. The hard part for me isn't the fighting or the training or any of that. It's getting through the regular day-to-day life, like going to the grocery store or, doing things that normal people don't mind doing. That's more of a hassle for me. I get super excited to fight. That's the only reason why I'm sticking around. It's not because it's the only thing I'm good at, even though it is. This is what I love to do. And man, I'm one of the few guys that's been able to do this for long enough to make a career out of it, to take care of my family, to be ranked in the world. It's not only is it exciting for me, it's, other than my daughter, it's the best thing in my whole life.
So Tim, on your Instagram page, you have a box of says "Eat to Evolve." Meal prep. You're talking about the grocery store and inconvenience and how convenient meal prepping is nowadays. And you've been in the sport long enough. You remember when meat was real meat. And before we came on, Randy and I were discussing how there's now 3D printed meat. Has that made its way into fight camps? Are you guys still eating traditional meat with hormones and grass-fed animals, or is the 3D stuff making its way in?
I mean, I'm from Kansas. I live in Missouri, but I'm born and bred in Kansas. We buy our beef a half cow or a whole cow at a time. Whenever we buy milk, we go into the dairy and there's nobody in there. You just take your milk out of the fridge, you put your money in a box and write your name and address down. It's unpasteurized. I'm still lucky enough to be in an area that, real meat and real vegetables are readily available. And I'm lucky enough to be able to afford all that, finally now with the UFC. I've been in long enough to where I'm making a real living and I can afford the real foods, and I'm not interested in anything that's not natural, really.
So speaking of making a living, UFC just inked a $7.7 billion deal over the next 7 years. Does that entice you to stay in longer now that there may be bigger payouts, bigger bonuses on the horizon?
I mean, the thing with that for me is I fought in the UFC for years where I didn't really make enough to survive. It was more of a hobby. And now I'm making a real living. I'm making enough to provide for my family. If I can fight one time a year, I can survive, and I can provide for my family. So I'm finally to the point to where I'm making enough money where I don't want to retire. I'm not going to go out gracefully with the UFC. They're going to have to fire me because I'm going to take as many checks as they'll give me. Not just because I'm finally making money, but because I love to do this. I mean, I'm going to fight either way. At least this way I'm getting paid and not going to jail in a Denny's parking lot.
Well, I know Matt wants to jump in, and I'm assuming he's going to say the same thing as me. You should do what my co-host has done, Matt McClellan, who was just asking you those questions. He has been fired live on the air 4 times. He refuses to leave.
Well, I've also been fired by the UFC a couple times. There was one where I think after the second time I got fired. that I made a tweet about wanting to have the record for the guy who got hired and fired more times than anybody else in the UFC. But I think my friend and ex-teammate Julian Arosa has that. I think he's been fired 3 times and hired 4 times by the UFC.
I think so.
Look, as you know, Tim, like getting fired is just a mindset, right? Like I just don't accept that. I'm not going to just go away. So.
Yeah, well, it's not like I have anything else to do.
Well, and that's his case. He doesn't do anything else, so he shows up here every day to do this. I know I've asked you this in the past, but we always picking up new listeners, new streamers, whatever. I'm curious, how many times have you been told, here's your birthday/Christmas gift?
Oh, man. Less now because I'm older. Nobody really cares after 21, but my whole childhood it was that way. And you can't blame anybody. If you're already buying gifts for everybody, the last thing you want to do is go pick a special gift for the least liked person in the family.
Well, that's not the case, because I think my sister, I'm a close second, and I don't know if you remember, my sister has the same birthday. And, she got hammered every year. And I'm like, at least get her a better gift. This is the same thing you would have gotten her if her birthday was in June. So you should at least get a better gift if it counts as 2.
Yeah. I mean, once you get older, it's a little bit different. Now, Christmas birthdays are more geared to my daughter. So
how old is your daughter?
She's 10 now, double digits.
Okay. The reason I asked is I've picked up a new sponsor. We're not done yet. I know you know that we send thank you gifts and such, but I picked up, since you talked about the steak, we have a 3D printing company that makes fantasy pets. They're like little dinosaurs, and no, they're not real.
Don't eat them. Don't eat them.
They're not real.
Just don't eat it.
But it's definitely cool. So I want to make sure that I send her one, for you coming on.
We'll take a 3D printed dinosaur. We're interested in the 3D printed steak, so.
For sure. So one of the silly things I like to do when somebody comes on is I jump on Wikipedia, I see what school, college, whatever they've gone to, and I try to compare alumnus. Are you aware of some of the alumnus from Wichita South? Do you know any?
No, not that I can. I know an alumni from college would be like King Muhammad Lawal, but I don't know. South guys.
I didn't know King Mo. I didn't go up there. He's a good friend of the program.
Shout out King Mo.
But here's 2. One is pretty cool, and one is definitely not pretty cool. So from Wichita South, Don Johnson went there.
No, Miami Vice.
Miami Vice, pretty big actor. And then Robert Courtney went there, and he's one of the reasons that I believe in the death penalty, just so you know. So not a good doctor. He diluted all of his meds and helped kill over 4,000 people. So, yeah.
Why would you bring that up?
No, I'm just saying there's some cool, but he also went there. You notice how
bring...
Tim's not even talking about it.
Sorry,
so
Tim.
I wasn't going to go into details, but yeah, Don Johnson went to the school. Do what?
To be fair, there's not a lot to do in Kansas, so.
Yeah, I guess you got to report both the good and the bad.
You're the best. Talk to us about your opponent.
Oh man, but I don't really watch any tape or do much studying on guys anymore because I feel like it just doesn't do me a service. When I watch tape on my opponents, I only see the good things that they do, and when I watch tape on myself, I only see the bad things that I do. So I try to steer away from that. I know that he's fought a couple of friends of mine. He fought Juan Archuleta, who cornered me in several fights, who's a really good wrestler. And he also fought Hiramasa Okikubo, who I fought in the finale of The Ultimate Fighter. So other than some of his opponents, I really don't know too much about him, except for he's a good striker and a little bit of a knockout artist, which is rare for the flyweight division.
So Tim, this, before you came on, this doesn't have anything to do with you, but so this is not a racist comment, but you met Jack Black. You called him one of your heroes. Who's that one star for you that if you look up and they're in the front row watching you fight in the octagon, you're like, I can go away forever after this moment?
Oh man, probably Ramsey. Right when I first got into the UFC, I went to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in Las Vegas. This was before I even had any UFC fights. And I ate at the restaurant. It was really good. And we went to a UFC fighter summit. We had to develop an Instagram and a Twitter. So I created a Twitter account, and I commented to Gordon Ramsay about how the restaurant was good and that the seats were just not really right. That when I sat up there, and no, I'm not a big guy anyway, but I sat on the chair and the table came up to like my titties. So I felt like, well, he tweeted me afterwards that he fixed the tables and he followed me from then on out. Well, I didn't know that he had followed me. And I lived with a girl who was dating somebody that worked in Hell's Kitchen, and they said that Gordon Ramsay was a big fan of mine. So I followed him on Instagram and found out that he actually had followed me first. So now before every fight that I have scheduled, I offer Gordon Ramsay 2 tickets, and he's never came, but we text back and forth a little bit. So I'm not really starstruck on a lot of things, but I'm a huge Gordon Ramsay fan.
But has he reciprocated and said, come in and here's some free steaks?
He has not, but I have eaten several of his restaurants. And I mean, I don't expect anything for free, but and even if he watch me fight, when I say I have 2 tickets for him, what I really mean is the UFC would give him tickets anytime.
Well, Tim, if Randy and I will come, take his tickets, and we'll bring some 3D printed steak and forget that Hell's Kitchen guy.
Yeah, I don't even actually have the tickets. I just offer him 2 tickets to every fight.
That's brilliant.
And honestly, I really hope mostly he says no because I don't really have tickets.
That's
awesome.
Fantastic. It's amazing.
Messages you and says he's coming to your fights. We got tickets for him every time.
Jump on it. Final question for me. What's that walk like? You know, what was it like? Obviously, you can't talk about this Saturday's walk, but what was the last walk like? Are they different? There's different things running through your mind as you're walking to the cage?
Man, it's honestly one of my favorite parts is walking out to the cage and hearing my song come on and like just that's the biggest nerve part for me is like coming out in that little arena dome that we get to walk out in. And as long as it's a real arena like I'm fighting at in Chicago, it's the best time of my life. I'm not a big fan of the Apex fights, and I think part of it is like I know some people don't like to fight in front of crowds because they're not used to it, but for me, like I can only go so hard in practice. Fucking practice. Like I have a hard time trying to kill somebody in practice, and then coming out in the Apex arena, it sounds and it feels like I'm walking in my gym at practice. So it's hard for me to like really turn it on. But when I'm in a big arena and I got people screaming at me and, you know, possibly booing, I don't really get to have that in the Apex. So I'm just lucky enough and happy enough to be able to, I don't really get to have that in the Apex. So I'm just lucky enough and happy enough to be able to, you know, I'm in Chicago. This is going to be a sold out arena. Yes, they're going to be loud. This is what I live for right here is that walk. The fight is fun, but man, walking out there and you put a lifetime of work into something and you're finally going to get to show everybody, you know, and that doesn't always work out in your favor, but it's always fulfilling every single time.
Well, enjoy the next couple of days. Obviously, I call it Christmas, ironic with the birthday talk we talked about. Your birthday gift, your Christmas gift is this Saturday when you get back in the octagon in Chicago UFC 319. I appreciate your time as always. We have your address. We're going to send you another care package from 8 Man Strong, as well as one of the fantasy pets from Fantasy Pets.
All right, man. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. That is Tim Elliott. And yeah, you know, he went through coming back and successful career, 35th professional fight. And looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Who would you leave 2 tickets to at the UFC, Randy?
We'll address that when we return. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.
Hey, this is Matt Hasselbeck of the Seattle Seahawks. You're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
8-Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8-Man Strong.
Hi, this is Sergio Garcia, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we're back. Going to close out hour number 2 here shortly. What?
I asked the question before the break. If you got 2 tickets, you're going to leave 2 tickets to the front row of the UFC for anyone of your choosing, Randy Harris. Who are you leaving your 2 honorary tickets to?
All right. If I leave these tickets, and I've left tickets before, I'm,
alive or dead.
Tim Elliott's got nothing on me. I do the same thing. I give away UFC tickets. I call the UFC and say, hey, I need a pair of tickets for John Gruden. I need a pair of tickets for Marshall Faulk. Blah, 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 blah.
Have you had the UFC say, I'm sorry, but that person's not a big enough star? Like, have you been denied?
Honestly, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I won't say who.
Say it.
No.
Write it down.
Well, first of all, I don't remember.
Sign it.
No, I don't remember. But no, there's been times.
Call me and leave me a voicemail when you figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, by the way, if you heard the commercial spot, me, which is about this idiot to my right, don't call him. Even though the commercial says call if you need help.
Don't call.
Don't call.
They'll
Because
just text somebody that knows me, and then they'll get a message to me eventually. And I'll be right there.
if this
if time permits.
if this person living or passed away, real or fictitious,
not father, not parents.
No,
not,
my typical thing.
Yeah.
If I leave them 2 tickets in the front row that was donated by the UFC, do I get to meet the person?
Of course.
Well, it matters. So
yeah,
yes,
of course, yeah.
Then there's no question who it would be.
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa.
And Sylvester Stallone.
No, Rocky
so
Balboa.
Just one seat.
So no, Rocky Balboa.
You just give one. It's like Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea. It's the same guy, right?
Well, it's really not.
If he says racial stuff, isn't Rocky saying racial stuff?
First of all, it's different because Sylvester Stallone is also John Rambo. He's also whatever
He's
the name
not
is.
Rambo. Nobody's thinking Rambo when they hear Stallone.
Sure they do.
No.
Sure they do.
Instantly Rocky.
Not as many as Rocky. Of course Rocky's first. But if I get to, it would be Rocky Balboa.
Okay, so who are you going to give the other seat to?
John Rambo.
Same guy.
It's not the same guy.
Just need one seat. That makes it efficient for the UFC.
It's not. John Rambo's a badass. Rocky Balboa is a combat fighter. There's a big difference. Speaking of Sylvester Stallone, I know you don't listen to this radio program or when you're on or when you're not on, but
it's not a dig at you guys. It's just I live far away in another galaxy.
All you got to do is go to YouTube, go to the website, go to stream, go to the radio, hit the button, play, turn on your radio.
I'm always on the voicemail getting messages. I can't.
Yeah, sure. So your president announced the Kennedy honors.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of those being honored is Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, nice. Not Rocky.
Not Rocky. Okay. So I will not be watching.
Okay.
If it was Rocky, I would be watching. Sylvester Stallone, Kiss. So I'm curious.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
I'm curious. Yeah. Let me just finish. Which Kiss members will be coming? Is it just the most recent 4? Because, that's always been a big controversy at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Are they all still alive?
They're all alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, they're getting
not
old.
all. Not all.
Okay.
But,
so it matters.
Some. I don't know. I don't know about the older drummer. I don't know. Peter Criss, I know is still alive because I see his free tickets on VetDex.
Okay.
But, there's always been that controversy when a band goes in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and they're like, no, it's this group, not that group. So it's not everybody that's been involved. Everybody that's been involved isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm assuming, for the band Chicago because they've had turnovers and, so that would be curious. Gloria Gaynor is being recommended. What I don't like is that your president wants to honor himself.
Yeah, he wants to rename it the Trump.
Oh my God!
I mean, there was always Trump Taj Mahal, Trump Towers. I mean, he's already done the naming stuff.
That's buildings he owns.
But we always name stuff after presidents. Like there's always Washington buildings.
No, hold on.
The Jefferson
the
Memorial.
Trump Tower is Donald Trump's building. He owns it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm saying.
But we always do that. We carve heads into rocks in South Carolina or South Dakota. But we've always honored presidents, especially influential ones or like ones that did the job the right way, I guess. Washington,
when it was
Lincoln.
built. Because there's been presidents that have done the right job after, but it's already been built.
Well, I mean,
you're not going to add it on. Mount Rushmore can't become 5 heads.
When was the last time we added a landmark to our world? I mean, if you go to like St. Louis, there's the arch, right? So like you've got the arch. When was the last time that we've built a landmark?
Honestly,
Stonehenge. Like what was the last pyramid? When have we as an advanced society done anything to like build a new monument? So yeah, let Trump build whatever the hell he wants.
No, he can build it.
Build the wall.
No.
He should build he's always talked about the wall. Do the Great Wall.
He can build anything he wants. I'm just saying for him to want to put his name on a national building that's not his.
Rename it as a little suspect.
Renaming it because he's the president. And then 2.5 years from now, 3.5 years from now, whatever, it's going to be, the next president will take it off.
What would be a cool like landmark that we could build in today's modern era? I mean, the Sphere is probably the closest thing in Vegas.
Yeah, but that's not a monument.
I mean, it's kind of
just because you can see it from
Mars. It's a destination. I mean, what's the arch? The gateway to the West, right? It's an imaginary line of like exploration. Lewis and Clark.
Have you ever been up it?
I've tried, but it's always broken when I get there. It's always not going to the top.
Well, that's good because you don't want to go to the top and not be able to come down.
Yeah. Did you get stuck up there?
No, I went up it, and it worked. It's a little claustrophobic.
And it sways, right? Like it moves.
Well, it doesn't sway like UCF's football stadium.
Okay.
That sways.
Okay.
That's brutal. I don't know if I would be happy. I wouldn't be happy if it broke down while you're in it going up because it's pretty claustrophobic. But I couldn't imagine being up in it knowing you can't go down and you don't know. It's like being caught in an elevator.
Yeah. But the Sphere is probably the closest monument destination to go to that's been built that's geometric in shape and it's an allure and it's appealing and it's shocking. It's an attraction.
I don't know if people are going to go to Vegas just to see that building.
They will with Metallica and they're singing, who just announced their residency in the Sphere.
Backstreet Boys were just in it. It was supposedly off the hook.
Yeah.
I've seen videos and such. It was.
I didn't know the Sphere had a back door.
They have a couple back doors. That's God, you are dumb.
I didn't say it. You said it.
You are just dumb. But I don't think that's a tourist attraction to go to Vegas. You're going to go to Vegas and then you'll see the Sphere because you have to.
You go to Chicago, what are you going to go see? The Sears Tower isn't renamed now?
No, I don't know. I mean, I've been to Chicago. I've never really, I went to Wrigley.
Yeah.
Just to go walk around it. You walk down by the water, whatever that's called. They got that stupid. They got this stupid silver oblong something that's like down by the water. But hey, if you're from Chicago and you've been to the Wiener Circle, you know about that, right?
I think you told me about it once.
It's like going to Geno's or Pat's, and if you order it wrong, they yell at you. I don't understand you people, and you people meaning basically you, Matt, that like to go to places like that. That like to go to places to get yelled at because that's the gimmick.
Oh, there's a place in Chicago called Ed DeBevick's, and the waitresses are like rude. So when you walk up, like, what do you want? Like, go sit over there. I'm like, oh, it's just like hanging out with Randy for 3 hours every Wednesday.
Well, it's like it's like what's the one in Vegas, the heart attack thing where they treat you, or it's the one that's in Excalibur, I think. Where they scream and holler at you and they make you wear. I wouldn't wear.
But that's an experience. It's pretty brilliant because then like any negative review on Yelp is a positive.
Sure. I was treated like crap. That's the point.
Because you're setting the expectation. Like if you set expectation where everything's got to be perfect and proper, you'll never like live up to it. Especially when you scale and grow and have to rely on other humans to like execute the performance for your guest. So yeah, having a concept where being treated poorly is a great standard. Actually, that should be the standard of Knockout Radio.
Well, I thought that was your standard.
We should just treat people terribly on the show, not show up on time, leave early, do what we want, don't wear shoes.
All right. Now that you've said everything about you, do you want to look at this weekend's card?
I still want to know who your second guest is for your pair of tickets you're going to leave at the UFC.
Well, Rocky would bring who he wants.
No, you got the second one.
So then it's not a pair of, hold on.
No, like if you say a pair of tickets, you expect them to bring either their significant other or their partner. Like Cagney would bring Lacey and Cool would bring Abe.
No, cool and bring gang.
Can't say gang, racist. And then, but everything's stick and clutch. I mean, everything's got to match up. Happy meal.
Happy days.
Those guys looked unhappy at the conference. I mean, I'm just saying that's just an illustration that life is moving so fast that iconic TV shows that shaped America, programmed the society of what was acceptable, what was traditional, what was accepted in society, how to behave. Those programming are long gone. Like the kids of today have no clue what any of that stuff is or was. And there's actually some good wholesome messaging in there about community and neighbors and how to respect others. There was a lot of great programming in those old shows, Leave It to Beaver and such.
Yeah, there's not shows like that today. Thank God the music is shutting you up.
What do you mean?
We're at the top of the hour.
Hey, this is Michelle Smith from the United States Olympic gold medal winning softball team, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
8-Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8-Man Strong.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump said today there will be severe consequences if Vladimir Putin doesn't agree to win the war in Ukraine. He didn't say what they would be. Reporter Linda Kenyon is at the White House.
President Trump has spoken with Ukrainian President Zelensky and European leaders about ending the war in Ukraine.
We had a very good call. He was on the call. President Zelensky was on the call. I would rate it a 10.
Next comes the sit down with President Putin.
So first is I'm going to find out where we are and what we're doing.
And if all goes well at that meeting,
we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky and myself if they'd like to have me there.
But Trump cautions it is possible there may not be a second meeting at all. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
National Guard troops were seen out in the nation's capital overnight to assist in Trump's crackdown on crime. Their numbers are expected to grow significantly by tonight, according to a White House official. Trump today insisted Washington, D.C. will be crime-free.
We're going to fight crime. That's a good thing. Already they're saying he's a dictator. The place is going to hell. We've got to stop it.
Heavy rainfall that struck Chattanooga, Tennessee yesterday was the second highest one-day total on record. Meteorologist Grant Gilmore is tracking more rain for the region.
The threat for some flooding over eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina as we go throughout the day today. Some places could see more flash flooding with 1 to 3 inches of rain possible.
Sections of Alaska's capital city are bracing for what could be record floodwaters due to rainwater and snowmelt flowing downstream from a basin dammed by the Mendenhall Glacier. Residents in some parts of Juneau have evacuated. CBS's Chanel Call has been tracking developments.
It's a very popular tourist destination, and flooding there has become a really big concern in recent years. In fact, researchers last year had said the flow rate in the rushing Mendenhall River was about half that of Niagara Falls.
The river has now crested. Disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein will be tried a third time in New York. Stay Stacey Lynn reports.
After a jury couldn't reach a verdict in June on rape charges, a judge says he now wants a new trial for Weinstein before the end of this year, in the case where he's accused of assaulting a former actress, Jessica Mann.
The nominees for Kennedy Center honors include George Strait, Kiss, Sylvester Stallone, and Gloria Gaynor. President Trump says he'll host the award show. On Wall Street today, stocks are again higher. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Tampa Bay's TAN Talk, entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Hey, this is Cecil Fielder from Detroit, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we're back 2 hours down, 2 hours to go. We continue our talk as we getting ready for the UFC this weekend in Chicago. I really wish I was going. Planned on it, credentialed for it. Then I had to change plans because of baby Blair, so I'll get to see her starting tomorrow. But you'll get to see UFC 319 on Saturday, and our next guest who will be in action on Saturday, Drakkar Klose. Drakkar, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time. Let's get right into it. It's Wednesday of Fight Week. So what's Fight Week like for you?
It's just a lot of just sitting around, really. Get here. I got here Monday, just check my weight and just make sure, I'm feeling good, so I can fight good.
How do you get through the next couple of days? A lot of fighters, they bring their video games or, very few go out and see the town. And I always say this, it's a work week, it's not vacation, but do you get out? Are you going to walk around Chicago or you stay in the hotel and lay low?
I definitely been walking around. I grew up in a small town, just right up in Michigan, South Haven. So, Chicago's like my second home. So.
All right. So where's a good place, even though we don't want to talk food? A lot of you fighters like to talk food Fight Week. So when I do get back up to Chicago, where do I go eat?
Al's beef.
You said earlier about beef.
Al's beef, yeah.
What's the biggest change, in the sport of mixed martial arts, over the years, whether it's, training or the media exposure, or, granted, keep in mind, I started covering the UFC at UFC 1. So I've seen, great changes. What are the biggest changes you've noticed in your career?
I think just the involvement of fighters. I think back then it was just like a tough man sport. Now people are smarter, doing the extra things they need to, like recovery and watching film and just taking care of their bodies.
So Matt here. So before you came on the show, we were talking about landmarks, how there's really new landmarks being built in the world, like the pyramids or the Grand Canyon or the Arch in St. Louis, the Sears Tower in Chicago. But I see a picture of you on your Instagram. You went to the statue of Jesus in Rio. So how many of the world wonders have you seen? How many statues? Are you a sightseer? And what would you like to see next?
I went out there, I fought out there in Brazil, and that was one of the things that we had to do. I'm really not, I live in Arizona now, and I still haven't seen the Grand Canyon, so I think that's my next thing.
When you went up and got the picture up there, I was up there when Anderson Silva fought Yushin Okami, and it still bothers me of all those people. I would rather it be like a line, which would stink, I know, but at least then it's just you and whoever's in your photo. It's like walking down Main Street in Disney and 4,000 people you don't know are in your picture.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely like people were asking, hey, can you take a picture for me? And I'm like, of course. Yeah, but like you said, there's so many people up there. So everyone's in your background.
Now, if you would have thought about it, there's that guy at the Las Vegas sign. He takes everybody's picture, but he pockets money doing it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I should have did. A little charge, a little extra little coin.
Exactly. What's the craziest, strangest thing that's ever happened to you or involving you in the middle of a fight?
In the fight?
Yeah, during the fight.
Oh, bubble gut.
Bubble gut. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the fans that don't know, what is bubble gut?
Or can you not answer on FCC radio?
Or the co-host that doesn't know what it is.
I had to take a number 2 during the fight.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, I like your professionalism because Matt doesn't have it. I like yours because some people would have responded differently with different wording. So thank you.
I buried my professionalism 12 years ago.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it PG,
Appreciate that. So, you mentioned about earlier MMA. This fight is, to me, it's similar to what earlier MMA was. One fighter, wrestler, ground game, one stand up. Talk to us about that fight. And I always talk about George Gagel, who's a good friend of mine, 18-degree, whatever, black belt, but he would never try to use his jiu-jitsu. He wanted to beat his opponent at their best, not win at his best. How difficult is it to try to stay at your best and not play into the other guys to beat him at his best?
Yeah, Barbosa, he's a tough opponent. And I know he's good at, standing up, but hey, I have to go in there and win. I have to go execute my game plan and, standing in front of him, that's where he wins a lot of his fights. If you look at his record and all his losses are against wrestlers. So why would I go against the game plan?
I can't disagree with you at all. I would yell at George all the time. And then after he's like, sorry, I tried. I'm like, dude, I love you. You didn't try. Take him to the ground where you can win. So I like that you're not going, you don't need to beat him at his. You need to beat him at yours.
Yep, 100%.
So going back to the Al's beef recommendation.
I'm hungry.
We also spoke earlier before the program about new 3D printed meat is on the market. Have you ever tried 3D printed meat in your life, or would you try if Al's beef switched over?
I've never even heard of this until today.
No, I've been seeing that a lot on social media. I had bought some meat from Costco not too long ago, and it was kind of weird, so I threw it away. That's something I would not want to try.
You're the best.
That's awesome.
You're the best.
It's amazing.
A lot of fans at the Fan Expo a couple months ago get autographs, get photos, collect things. Do you collect anything, whether it's from MMA, your MMA career, or something outside of the sport?
Be honest, no. Even all my gear, I normally just give it away to people. Whoever first come, first serve with all my gear, like my gloves. Someone asks me, I just give it to them because for me, giving my stuff away is, I think, better.
Well, we have a spot here in the studio. If you want to donate something for the studio, that'd be fantastic.
What would you like?
Whatever you want. Well,
you tell me, and I'll give it to you.
I'll text you off the air.
Wow.
As soon as the show's
perfect.
over, I'll text you.
So before you commit to that, though, Randy, you should tell your Matt Serra story, because it's great to share with the younger guys about the history of the UFC.
So before probably you were born, it wasn't quite that long ago, but there was a very well-known MMA guy, Ryan Bennett. He died in a tragic car accident. Was the original partner of MMA Weekly. And through the help of Dana White and Lorenzo, I had access to all the fighters. They would donate items and we would auction them off and send money to the widow. So Matt Serra and GSP both promised me their gloves from the fight that was in Houston. I went into George's locker room first. He gave me the gloves. He couldn't finish his P test. I felt bad, so I left the gloves. I said, just get them back, later. I go into Matt Serra's locker, and he takes the gloves off, and he looks at me. He goes, Randy, I just knocked out GSP. I can't give you the gloves. I said, no. I said, I totally get it, Matt. Whatever. It's awesome. He goes, how about my shorts? I go, sure. He goes into the bathroom. He opens the door. He sticks his head out, and he goes, Randy, I just knocked out GSP. I can't give you the shorts. I said, Matt, I totally get it. He goes, how about my underwear? I said, sure, I'll take anything. We sold it for $900.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But so whatever you send Randy, he will absolutely put to good use. And,
we'll definitely, present it here. And is there anything that you would like, if somebody came and Matt just asked a question, if you could give a pair of tickets because of Tim Elliott leaves tickets for Gordon Ramsay, is there a musician? Is there an actor? Is there something that, if you ever could get your hands on? And just to push this along so that I can get an answer from you, I cover the Buccaneers as well. I had a buck said the same thing. I don't collect anything. And I kind of pushed it. He goes, anything? I go, yeah, anything. If you could collect anything. He goes, all right, Jesus Christ sandals.
What would I collect? Maybe like hand wraps.
Wow. Okay.
I would love to have a pair of Mike Tyson hand wraps.
All right. Well, we'll get Mike in a fight, and then we'll take his hand wraps after. But no, I'll make some phone calls. I'll see what I can come up with. But I always ask only because I never know who I run into. I travel to a lot of fights, to a lot of events. But, I wished I was more like you and I didn't collect. My wife would have more room in the house.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. Let's get back to the fight, Saturday taking on Edson Barbosa. Do you have to block out his name? And I was going to even ask, when you get a phone call, does it matter who the name is? Does it matter where the fight is? Obviously, Edson Barbosa, been around a long time, has a name in this sport. Do you have to block that out when you fight him on Saturday?
No, actually, it gives me more motivation. I'm trying to take what he worked for. He has a big name, and going out there and taking all his followers after I beat him, that's kind of the name of the game. You just want to, beat the next guy that's in front of you, and hopefully it's a bigger name.
I like that answer, because a lot of times fighters have said, well, I look up to him, I respect him. And then after the fight, they tell me I respected him too much. I was looking up to him. He's an opponent. Yeah, he's a name, but it's the opponent who's, and I hate to use this one, he's taking, money and food out of your mouth. So you've got to look at it that way.
Yeah, 100%. I know he has a family. I have a family, but hey, I need to make sure mine are taken care of.
And if you could settle this disagreement with Randy and I from earlier, when you did get that call from the UFC that it was going to be Barbosa, was it a voice call? Was it a text? Was it an email? Was it a snap? How do they
reach out to you?
How did your kids your days communicate now?
My manager just told me, hey, Barbosa, Chicago, and August 16th. And I was like, let's do it.
See, he went through somebody that knows him to get to him. That's the strategy.
Quick and easy. I appreciate your time. It was great talking to you. I'll text you as soon as we're off the air at the top of the hour. But this is what I've added to my show. I always send thank you gifts. So we're going to send you a gift from 8 Man Strong. But my 32 seconds of research, I found out you have a small child. We also have a sponsor. It's called Fantasy Pets, and they make 3-dimensional, really cool dinosaurs. So we're going to send you to give to her one of those as well.
Don't eat the dinosaur, though. Eat the meat.
So 8 Man Strong?
They're my title sponsor.
Oh, yeah, they sponsor me also.
Adam's the best.
Adam is the best.
What's your favorite 8 Man Strong shirt? I happen to be wearing my St. Patrick's Day 8 Man shirt.
What's the One Life, Live It?
Yeah, get going. One life, get going.
Yep.
I wear that to Disney all the time. I absolutely love it. But I'm going to tell you what your soon-to-be best 8 Man Strong shirt is when Adam makes the Knockout Radio 8 Man Strong shirt. So,
I can't wait to wear that one.
So when that gets done, I'll make sure you get that as well.
So I have one more thing. If you have time to stick around, Randy, is it okay? So I got this from Alexander Hernandez earlier. It says on his Instagram page, he posted, "You who are passing by, I beg you, do something. Learn a dance step, something to justify your existence, something that gives you the right to be dressed in your skin, in your body, in your hair. Learn to walk and to laugh, because it is too senseless, after all, for so many to have died while you live your life doing nothing with your life." So what is that one purpose for you that is your legacy? What do you think your purpose is, buddy?
I don't think my purpose is fighting. Fighting is just something I fell into, but I haven't found that purpose yet. But I'm just going to continue to, keep winning these fights, and then, after I'm done, I'll find that purpose.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy the week. I know the next couple of days are going to be tedious and strenuous and all that, but I call it Christmas morning on Saturday, and enjoy that. And you're our new favorite fighter here at Knockout Radio.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Welcome to the team.
Enjoy the week. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yep. Have a great day.
Take care. That is Dry Car Close. Good dude.
Just a job.
Well, and it is.
Like Marcus
Jones always said that. He he didn't love football.
Yeah.
He was just the number 1 draft pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who then went into MMA, fought for the UFC, and Dana wanted him to be a star, and it just didn't happen. But all right, let's go hit this break. This is Knockout Radio.
Hey, hi, this is Mike Schmidt. You're listening to Knockout Radio.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds, from the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile. Every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com. Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
8-Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8-Man Strong.
Yo, maniacs! Hulk Hogan here, the greatest of all time, and you're listening to Knockout Radio. So what you gonna do?
And we're back. This is Knockout Radio coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC remote studio in Clearwater, otherwise known as Tan Talk Radio Network. Recipes to the GOAT, to Hulk Hogan. To also today, recipes Tommy Clohesi, the owner, founder of Billboard Mats, who will be laid to rest today at 3 o'clock up in Staten Island. Looking for flights to go up, Randy. Tried to find something last minute, direct flights, but just couldn't make it work with the school schedule and the kids back in school. And
I know this is going to sound bad. I'm not a big funeral guy.
Yeah.
Like I was invited to Terry's. I just, first of all, I was so turned off at Wyndham's.
Okay. Why?
Because people are there taking pictures.
Yeah.
And
it was a circus.
It was. And I assumed that Terry's would be a lot like that as well.
Yeah.
And it's all friends and it's all great to see. And I've heard a bunch from the guys. It was great to see this and blah, blah, blah. To me, that's not the place. I just didn't like it. It was creepy. It was, so yeah.
But it was an honor to be invited to the friend and family party, the private event. But, listen to Brian Blair talk about wrestlers I'd never heard of before, cities I'd never heard of, like arenas that were, named something completely different back in the day, like the Armory or something. Was that what Amalie used to be?
No, the Armory is, matter of fact, WCFL has done a couple events there. It's now the Glacier Boys and Girls Club.
Okay. All right. So but names change, right? I mean, Amalie Arena is now Benchmark International Arena.
I used to go to the Armory all the time. I mean, that's where they did championship wrestling from Florida. That's where Dusty Rhodes all the time, Chief Wahoo McDaniel all the time. Barry Windham was there. Barry Horowitz, in my opinion, one of the greatest wrestlers ever. And the most underrated wrestler ever.
The Son of Sam?
His job.
Wasn't that the serial killer?
His job was to lose. He had like the longest. Yeah. He had like the longest losing streak.
Well, I mean, we talked about the UFC fighters. I mean, want to be the most fired and brought back, athlete.
Yeah, it's more. Again, it's you don't.
We celebrate the losers in our society.
Once you get fired, you want to be rehired. You don't want to be the most fired guy. You just want to be hired one more time than you've been fired.
More people can relate with failure and not making your goals than people who achieve them and get celebrated for it. More people identify. I just watched a lady took a summer 6-pack body challenge with her family. And she's like, well, maybe next year. And everybody's like, oh, it's okay. You did your best. Like, what? Like, we celebrate failing. Like, she didn't make any improvements. She didn't do what she was supposed to do.
Well,
but everybody rallied behind it. We're a society of mediocrity.
I've told you, I never allowed the kids to bring trophies home.
Yeah, forget that.
If you didn't win, maybe second I would get away with. But if you don't win the tournament, don't bring a trophy home.
But the Deion Sanders era of parenting is over. I mean,
I don't know if people heard that, but so Shador was going to give, no, not Shador, it was Shiloh. Shiloh was going to give his jersey.
His first NFL game played jersey
to his
number
dad.
28 to his father, the Hall of Fame legend.
He didn't say Deion declined. He said, I didn't offer it to my dad because I didn't do anything. This jersey means nothing. Blah, 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 blah. And then he gave it to his mom.
Right. Well, because he's like, my dad's a Hall of Famer and his standard of excellence is, I got to have 3 picks or whatever. But in the same family, Shador at the press conference in Cleveland.
He's injured, by the way.
Said he tore his oblique, I believe. But he was talking about how he called his dad before the game and his dad didn't answer. So sounds like somebody, What does Coach Prime and this guy have in common?
Nothing.
Both of us are Hall of Famers. I mean, future.
What?
I'm a future Hall
of Famer. No, Deion's already in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm joining. I'm coming. I mean, if Sterling Sharp can have 2 gold jackets, I can get a jacket.
Okay. First of all,
I'll find one at Goodwill.
First of all, Shannon Sharp has 2 gold jackets. No. Sterling Sharp, who shouldn't have gotten a gold jacket, gave that to his brother. And I watched a clip of it. It was pretty funny. He said, Shannon Sharp, the Hall of Famer, made a comment when he went in that they're the first brothers, blah, 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 blah. And he's not even the best player. And Sterling goes, and I agree with that.
That's tough love. But I don't think we're going to see that kind of standard of excellence going forward. I mean, now an alpha male, dominant, determined to win at all costs, sacrifice, that kind of domination and separation from the pack is now considered like toxic behavior. People report that kind of behavior. They're like, oh, keep an eye on that. It's too intense. It's too much. It's too intimidating, too threatening, too blah, blah, blah. Insert whatever.
That's not what it's about.
But that's what our society is going to.
And like the old comment, winning isn't, what's this? It's everything. It's not, winning is everything. It is. It's about winning. It's about competing. It's about winning. It's okay to take your defeat well, but don't go out there just to go out there. You're going out there to win.
Yeah.
Why else are you doing it?
Well, and along the same lines, a native of Chicagoland, Kanye West, he says, having money isn't everything, but not having it is.
Sure.
Right. So very, very similar along those mindsets.
All right, let's go to break a couple minutes early. When we come back, we're going to attempt to get the president on right here on Knockout Radio. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Dick Vitale of ESPN and ABC. Hey, let me tell you something. You're talking sports with Randy Harris, baby. You better listen. He's awesome with a capital A.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Matt McClellan. And if you know me, I'm going to care about this community greatly. And I have the devastation from Hurricane Helene realizes that people need me, whether it's accountability or friendship or a ride or a workout or just someone to help them with perspective. And I want you to know that for 15 years, I deliver pizza, but today I deliver hope. And if you need any of that, then please call me, 727-557-4421, a slice a day. Peace.
I'm very excited to announce that Knockout Radio finally has our very own Challenge Coin, thanks to Challenge Coin Country. Challenge Coin Country is a family-run business with over 17 years' experience making custom challenge coins, lapel pins, bottle openers, keychains, and many other custom products. They even produced 2 different variations for us, one for military recipients and a slightly different coin for civilians. I strongly suggest you check them out at challengecoincountry.com with free express shipping, and they proudly offer discounts for first responders and military as well. That's Challenge Coin Country at challengecoincountry.com. Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville. Got bills and looking for work but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
Oh, yes, the Macho Man Randy Savage. And when I want to catch up on all the sports, I listen to the Randy Harris Show. That's the bottom line.
All right, we are back hanging out in studio. Controversy at the Little League World Series right there. But we'll get to that later. Right now, let's get to the president. Kind enough to come on the phone with us. Dave Feldman, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. It's been a little while since we last spoke, so I thought we would reach out, touch base. I understand some new locations. New Jersey's coming. Update us on some of the good news.
Yeah, man. New Jersey, we're going. We just got approved in Australia. I can't say exactly where and when, but we got to. That was a big win for us because we got turned down there initially. So we're going back there. We have another upcoming show in Dubai, Rome, Italy. California, really all over the United States and all over the world. It's just it's been hectic and tiring and exhilarating at the same time.
When a state or a country or whatever turns you down, what are they looking for? What needs to be done or changed or to then be able to go down there?
Well, when we got turned down by Perth, it was the first time that we've literally got turned down in 4 years. We haven't got turned down in 4 years, so I was a little bit like, whoa. Where'd this come from? And it was just honestly they didn't want it. Some of the politicians just didn't want it, but they used some of the fighters. Some of them had criminal backgrounds as an excuse. and that's really why we got turned down. But at the end of the day, is I had really possibly some of the wrong people representing me there, and now I have the right people representing me, and that's why we got to push through.
Well, since we all know the personality of people from Philadelphia and the Philadelphia area, when that happens, is it a, okay, screw you, we'll go somewhere else? Or is it a, okay, screw you, I'm going to figure out a way to get this done?
I mean, it was with these guys, the way it happened, it was actually like, listen, the way you guys are talking, I mean, the excuse they actually gave me, the one that they officially gave me was that they were concerned about the PTSD of the fans. Sorry, Randy, I can't curse. I'm so sorry. But anyway, that's what I said, and I sorry, Randy, I can't curse. I'm so sorry. But anyway, that's what I said, and I hung up on them.
Well, that's what I expected. Okay, that's the Philadelphia and us both.
Yep. Sorry, man.
So Dave, this week, obviously the biggest news in all of combat sports, the maybe the extinction of pay-per-view. How does that apply to the BKFC app? And I mean, because you guys are already affordable, you guys do free fights on YouTube. I mean, you have a great product. The fans get a lot of bang for their buck already. Does this change anything for your plans forward?
I mean, it depends. It really depends where we end up. I mean, the partner we're with now, DAZN, doesn't think it's the end of pay-per-view. Actually, Dana White came back and said it's not the end of pay-per-view. It's just, the numbered events aren't going to be in there, but there's going to be some tentpole events on pay-per-view. So I don't think it's the end of pay-per-view. Listen, pay-per-view is a hard thing to do, combating all the piracy. So, if piracy wasn't there right now, I don't think anyone would be talking about the end of pay-per-view. They're talking about it because you can't really monetize it properly. And listen, to package it up and put it into, anywhere between $12.99, what Paramount's it is now, and probably $19.99 or so where they're going to be shortly, to package all those events inside of that. I mean, it's phenomenal for the fight fan.
Recently, you guys had a big press conference about more money to the fighters. Obviously, you guys are already taking care of fighters. You have been taking care of fighters. Talk about that for a minute and what that means, not only for the fighters, but what it means for you guys.
Well, really what it was, I mean, it wasn't necessarily more money for them right now. It was actually an equity distribution. So any fighter that stays with us for at least 10 fights got an equity distribution. Any champion or UK champion or European champion, they all got, any world champion, they all got an equity distribution. And going forward, we're going to keep doing that because people are going, oh, you're crazy, and it's going to tank the company. It's not going to tank the company, because the more we have people talking great about us, the better fighters that we have fighting for us and giving away a little bit of equity and making them push it. It's only valuable if it goes to the moon. And if it goes to the moon, then everybody wins, including us. So that's why it's a real win-win situation for us.
We've always talked about the phone calls that you would get, and the fighters, the up-and-coming fighters, the veteran fighters that always want to get involved with BKFC. I'm assuming that's even escalated once that announcement was made.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to hopefully announce another former UFC world champion that has signed with BKFC later today. Hopefully, we're going to announce that. I'm just waiting to cross dot the I's and cross the T's on that one. But yeah, I mean, look, why wouldn't you want to fight for a company that's getting a lot of attention? It's fun, it's exciting, and we're taking care of the fighters.
Has it made it more difficult? And again, it's something you and I have talked about since before BKFC 1. It's a fine line between a name people recognize, a fighter that's going to be able to fight bare knuckle. Has it made it more difficult now that more people are wanting to come on board?
I mean, not really, because really it's like, look, if they're asking for crazy money, then I go back to Nate and I go, okay, yes or no. And I say this for a reason. Like, I'm not a huge MMA fan. If I heard of him, then it's mostly a yes, because if I heard of him, then I know that he's mainstream, that I know that people talk about him, and then we can talk about that. But if I didn't hear of him, then obviously I say, what's his record? What's he about? What's his following? And then we decide whether we're going to move forward with that or not. So it's not very, very difficult. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a great problem to have. Having a lot of people wanting to fight for your organization, that's a great problem to have.
So on the phone, David Feldman, president of the BKFC. we always go right into business with you, Dave, but Tim Elliott today told us that he leaves 2 tickets at every UFC fight that he fights in for Gordon Ramsay to show up because that's his idol. And so who would it be for you? Who would be cage side or squared circle side? 2 imaginary seats that you could leave for anyone. Who would your guest be?
And since you've already had Dave Schultz out, it has to be somebody different.
I hear you, man. I'm going to say something sentimental. It would be my dad. It would be amazing to have him see what we built here. And my mom and dad would be, that would be the ultimate for me. But as far as a celebrity goes, I think I'd love to have Muhammad Ali be at the events. I just think he's an icon, and he did so much for the sport of boxing, and I think he would be great to be there. Really also in memory of Hulk Hogan that just passed away. We were probably a week away from signing a deal with Hulk Hogan and his beer company to do a deal with them as a sponsor and to do some other things with them. And then he passed away, and we weren't able to get that done yet. But I think we're still going to, but probably Hulk Hogan and Muhammad Ali.
The problem with Muhammad Ali is he'd want to get in. So you wouldn't be able to keep him in the seat. He'd want to get in there and participate.
He may, absolutely.
We've talked in the past about, the action figures, the trading cards, and I still think that's something people want. And I know that you've been in talks, and where are we with that? Is the possibility of the trading cards, the action figures, those things still possible?
The trading cards have already started. We signed a deal with a company out of Texas, and they're starting to get all the information and produce some of them. That's going to get bigger. We are talking to actually a gaming company right now, and I think that's going to be the next step before action figures. I think we're going to come out with a BKFC game, and I think a lot of people are really going to love fighting bare knuckles, on a video game. So that's something that I think pops in the next, or at least is able to get announced in the next 3 months.
Finally, talk about Arnold Adams. The fight that he had down in Fort Lauderdale. I saw that it's already been, reset for a rematch. Talk about that whole thing and how the rematch came together.
He's been with us for a long time. He did get cracked. He did go down. He did get cracked again while he was down. And then, some other things happened in that fight where I just thought that I watched it time and time again, and the count was short on him. So I just thought, look, this isn't a major show. It's another show that we want to put on. It's the show that BKFC fans are going to be at and going to watch. And they love Arnold Adams. So why not give him another shot? Immediately he asked for a rematch. Immediately Perdomo said, yes, let's do this. So let's get a definitive answer this time.
I always ask you about, are you able to enjoy? Are you able to sit back and watch a fight? You're running a business, you're taking. So did you notice everything that happened, or did you have to go back and watch it? Because again, you're worrying about trucks, you're worrying about this, you're worrying about everybody's in the right position. How much of the fights are you able to watch as a fan and enjoy, not necessarily for business?
Well, I think, that one I was dead on. I was laser focused on, so I saw it. I didn't think at first watch that the punch was that hard when he got hit on the ground. And then when I watched the replay, it was. And then I watched a replay a number of times just to get the count. And I thought that the count was a little bit fast. And I just thought, all of that compiled together deserved a rematch.
And Dave, before we let you go, you gained one more fan today up in heaven. Tommy Kalesi, Billboard Mats being laid to rest today, Kevin Smith and others in attendance up in New York. So no bigger fan than what your product is and what your sport has become than Tommy. And I know I miss him tremendously, and just wanted to get it in.
I got to tell you, man, I don't say it a lot, man. That was a hell of a person. He was a hell of a human being. Like, he was a great, great human being. He was selfless. He was always giving. So rest in peace, Tommy. He was such a great guy, man. I really, really miss him already, and I really love that guy.
A lot of people don't know, and Matt would talk about it the last couple of weeks. And, we've all known, what Tommy's been going through. And Matt would say, do you know everything Tommy does? Like back in the Biloxi and all that, he's out there promoting. And, a lot of people didn't know how involved Tommy was promoting and pushing the sport that he loved as much as he did.
But even bigger than that, that was great. Phenomenal, Randy. But even bigger than that, selfless, never, ever asked for anything. Like, it wasn't like the only thing he said, can I get in? Can I get into the fight that I'm helping you with? Of course you can. That's all he asked for. He never asked for anything. He was always trying to give. I mean, one hell of a human being. You know, if I could model after a person like Tommy Classi, I would.
Well, the thing I'm going to model is I'm going to create my own credential. He made a small.
I was thinking it. I wasn't going to say it, but I was thinking it.
He made a small billboard mat, punch a hole in it, put it on a BKFC lanyard, and got into an event because he just made his own. And they're like, who doesn't know Tommy C? So rest in peace, big fellow. We love you. And BKFC is growing in leaps and bounds, and can't wait to see what you do next, buddy.
Final question for you, Dave. Has nothing to do with BKFC, but it is a sport. We're watching the Little League World Series here in the studio. Do you have a problem, and I'll tell you right up front, I do, that Team USA, an American team, is guaranteed a spot in the Little League World Series finale? Do you think that they should earn their way in like every other country, or because it's played here, do they deserve an automatic entry?
I mean, initially I would say they don't deserve it, but I'm just thinking it is hosted here every year. There's a lot of competition in the United States for a team. I don't know. That's a tough one, Randy. That's a tough one for me to answer.
Think how good Team USA would be, though, if they, took the best 12, 13, 14-year-old kids. I mean, they've, won a couple. Tom Rivers, I know, won. Imagine how good that team would be if they had studs from every position, on the team.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right about that. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, look, at the end of the day you're talking 12 and 13-year-old kids that are playing in the biggest place possible, man. It's amazing. And hats off to them. For the kids all around the world. I mean, in today's society, right? In yesterday's society, it's a little different because what did we all do? We all went out and played sports. Now there's so many options to distract you from actually being an elite athlete. So, I take my hat off to all those kids now that really put everything they have into being an elite athlete.
Absolutely. Dave, as always, thank you very much for your time. Bigger things continue. We'll talk to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Take care. Dave Feldman, president of BKFC. Let's go hit our final break of the afternoon.
Hey, Tampa, this is Terrell Owens, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
This is Trent Dilfer, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we are back. Knockout Radio, possibly. It's not like the station's going away. It's not like we're going away. We're just going into our own studio starting next week, possibly. And our next guest may be a regular guest because it'll all be video through StreamYard. Let's welcome to the program, back to the program, co-host of Knockout Radio, Mike Straka.
What's up, Randy? How you doing?
All right, shockingly, Matt's sitting here too.
What up, Mikey?
Yo, what's up, Street?
What up, Straka? Low T, no T?
No T.
What's good, boy?
So let's get the nation and the world updated. Mike Straka back up in his home stomping grounds and back in the MMA circuit up in the scene up there in New Jersey.
Yeah, man, we're bringing in fighters to this great bar here in Toms River, New Jersey. We got Dustin Poirier coming up on September 13th. And none other than Cupcake Misha Tate coming in on October 4th. I'm so excited to see Misha. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, since the last time we saw her in Tampa.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Do me a favor. When you have Poirier there, ask him what his favorite hot sauce is, because it's on sale right now on Facebook, and he has so many different flavors. I don't know which one to buy.
All right, I'll ask him. I will certainly ask him. I hope he has some with him.
Well, he has a phone. I don't know if he answers it. He may be like Matt and doesn't answer it. So
no, Matt answers his phone. He just doesn't know how to use it.
That's true.
No, he doesn't answer.
Yeah, I don't answer or
So now the new thing is when I call the putts, he doesn't answer. So when he calls me back, I don't answer. So
we don't talk.
So we don't talk.
The
only time we talk is here, which really works out well for us.
Well, the irony of that whole situation is, for the listeners out there that don't know, Randy refuses to unfriend people on Facebook. I think you have one person in the history of Facebook that you unfriended. And the fact that you guys don't talk to each other because you refuse to answer the phone, that's like unfriending, Randy.
All right. So then I'll unfriend Matt. I'm okay with that. I've tried to do it.
You tried to unfriend Matt. No, that's the thing about Matt. I tried to unfriend him too.
Yeah. Well, he finds
he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, right. I don't. I'm like herpes, man. I'll keep popping up.
we had Tim Elliott on today, and Tim was talking about, I brought up something, and he said that his goal is to be the most fired and hired fighter in the history of the UFC. So he said who has the record right now. He's only been fired twice. The other guy's been fired 3 times. So then, Matt, we both fought over who told the story. Matt's been fired 4 times on the air and he refuses to leave.
It's a mindset, buddy. Like, you have to accept it. Like, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going anywhere.
Give us your give us your thoughts on Dricus and UFC 319.
Oof. It's a tough one to call, Randy. I mean, I feel like Dricus is poised to win. He certainly has obviously the skills to win. It's just a tough fight, man. It's a tough fight for both of these guys. I'm excited about it. I haven't been excited about a pay-per-view in a while. So at least I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat with the pay-per-view thing. I mean, it's actually feels like a big card.
Yeah, well,
big city.
There's some great names on this card. In the undercard, the prelims. I'm excited about it too, and I want to be careful how I word this. Dricus has done the show numerous times in the past. I like him, and I like him a lot. He was great on the air with Jimmy and myself. I just think that a lot of people, and probably including Dricus, I don't think he's there yet. He's the champ. He beat some good fighters. I thought he lost to Strickland. And, he's wanting to be, and I understand everybody wants to be the greatest of all time. And I just think this could be the fight that puts him either on the right direction.
Yep.
Or it knocks him down to where a lot of people, not necessarily me, I just don't think he's at that level that a lot of people think he is right now.
I don't disagree with you at all. And, I've always said the same thing about Dustin Poirier. Like, when he fought the Zombie, he choked, and then he fought McGregor, he choked. And I just thought that, this was, obviously before he fought McGregor the second and third time. But, I think that Dricus, he's not a choker. But my point is, similarly, I don't think he's there yet as far as being the greatest of all time, or even the greatest
in the conversation
of this time.
No, I agree. And it's, and again, I'm a fat old guy. I'm not an athlete, all that, blah, 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 blah. If he beats Anderson for the title, while Israel, if he were to beat Israel like Strickland did, I think that beating Israel would have maybe meant a little bit more. Because, once you lose, once you get knocked out, you're not on top of you're not the king anymore. Your mentality is different. Your training is different. All of that is different. And that's why I think this fight could be that fight that maybe helps, move him on the right direction.
Well, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Well, speaking of kings, and I don't mean to change the subject, but man, $7.7 billion from Paramount. Dana White is a king. It's unheard of.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about it. When you first said, speaking of King, I didn't know if you were going to talk about King Green, who fights this weekend, or King Trump, who wants to put his name on the Kennedy Center now.
Does he really? I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll pass through that. But no, this is all what Dana built. You and I know this. We've talked about it. We owe MMA, an MMA network, MMA radio, MMA podcast, meet and greets, all of that with the vision and what Dana did. You like it, get on board. You don't, get the truck out of here. We don't care.
And, I remember back in the day when the IFL was on My Network TV, which was a subsidiary of Fox when I was at Fox. And it was a big deal for IFL. And for My Network TV, it was the first first mixed martial arts on the network, and it was an important thing, and it failed. And then, of course, what was Elite XC was on CBS, and that was all done, both My Network TV and the CBS deals were both done through the special events producers, not the sports guys. And what made the Fox deal different, it was the sports division that took on the UFC. And I thought that would be, a much better product, and it really wasn't that much better. ESPN, I think, watered down the product because there were just too many fights and too much inventory to fill. But I think this deal, with the history that the UFC has with Paramount, because don't forget, Spike TV is a Paramount network, I think that they're all going to be on the same page. And what's interesting to me about this, Randy, is that, this is a little inside baseball, but Mark Shapiro, who's the president of TKO, which, as you know, is UFC and WWE combined. Right. Mark Shapiro was Uriah Faber's agent at Endeavor. Well, at that point, it was William Morris Agency. And then Endeavor bought William Morris Agency. Everybody came on board. Ari Emanuel became, the head of the UFC, essentially, because Endeavor bought it, and Ari Emanuel runs Endeavor. And I just think that all of these relationships that Dana White has built over the years is the reason that they got a $7.7 billion deal, which is crazy. I mean, crazy. And, we all laughed at Dana, and I don't know if you did, but I did, when he said that UFC was going to be bigger than NFL. We laughed. I was like, he wouldn't even come close to the NFL. Well,
I still laugh.
He is. Yeah, but you can't argue with $7.7 billion. That's twice the amount. ESPN was paying $550 million for the rights. That in and of itself is like Mount Rushmore. Now it's doubled.
Well, Frank Trigg,
$1 billion.
Frank Trigg put 2005. It says paid $10 million to get on Spike. Then it's a picture of him now, 2025, got paid $7.7 billion by Paramount.
Yep.
So no. I'm not saying it's not. It'll never be bigger than the NFL. I don't think it. Add up all the teams, what they're worth.
I didn't say it was bigger than the NFL. I mean, but mentioned in the same sentence as the NFL. Even back then, you would think, come on, you don't even mention it in the same sentence. When Bud Light became the first premium sponsor of the UFC, we all thought it was the end-all, be-all. I remember Dana White, he used to sing or hum the ESPN Sports Center before press conferences. He'd go, because he was excited that ESPN was even giving it a moment's notice. Next, not to mention $550 million a year later, and now the same network that he essentially left Spike TV and Paramount.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To go to Fox. Now he's going back. And I know that Kevin Kay, the president of Spike, I don't even know if Kevin still works for the network anymore. I know that he and Dana had a falling out when he left, when Dana took UFC to Fox. So, I mean, don't forget I hosted a show on Spike TV, so I had a little inside information. But it was a very, very interesting time.
So, Mikey, do you think that this is the death of the pay-per-view? Do you? I mean, people are saying online.
Absolutely.
Everyone's got the follow suit.
Well, it's the final nail in a coffin. I mean, pay-per-view numbers have been dropping and dropping over the years, and it mostly because, and I have to say, and this is my opinion, because this is how I feel about it. I was really upset that I gotta pay for ESPN Plus,
right,
for the privilege of paying $65 to $70 to watch a UFC event.
Right. Well, what Dave Feldman just said, and we're almost out of time, but Dave Feldman said with the piracy that's going, they're losing money on pay-per-views anyway. So this does make sense. You know, I think there'll still be some forms of pay-per-view, but it makes more sense. You put it on the app, you have your own app, you have your own stream, all that stuff. As always, Mike, starting next week, we're going to be doing video. So we want to get your mug involved. So I will holler at you in the next day or two.
Randy, I've never seen a mirror I didn't like, and I've never seen a TV camera I didn't like.
So between you and Matt, who has nothing bad to say about himself, this should work out
We're
well.
like twins.
Exactly.
I'm Schwarzenegger. He's DeVito.
All right, Mike. We'll talk to you soon. That is Mike Straka is doing those meet and greets in the Toms River, I think it is. And he's got Misha Tate coming. I wanted to talk to him about Patty, but the best part of the whole show, it's over. And I don't have to deal with you for another week. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I have a new best friend. I'm going to have a piece of memorabilia in the studio. We'll talk about it all next week. This has been Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.
John Owen, you're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong. Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump has indicated he has plans for what could come next after his Friday meeting with Vladimir Putin. But asked today what happens if the Russian leader won't budge on ending the war in Ukraine, he said there will be consequences.
Yes, they will. Yeah. What will there will be consequences?
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences.
Earlier, Trump took part in a virtual call with European leaders and Ukraine's president. CBS's Aaron Navarro has more on that.
President Trump described this call as, quote, very good, very friendly. And Zelensky in Berlin told reporters that he was able to tell President Trump and others on the call that he believes that Russian President Putin is bluffing in his discussions with U.S. officials about potentially coming to a ceasefire or ending the war altogether. Zelensky added that sanctions from both America and European countries should be placed if they do not agree to a ceasefire after this Friday meeting. So both from what President Trump said as well as other European leaders is that the goal, at least, of this Friday meeting is it steps towards and not accomplishing a temporary ceasefire.
Meteorologist Craig Allen has the latest on Tropical Storm Erin in the Atlantic and pushing westward.
All the weather models are indicating that Erin is going to move into an area that is much more conducive to strengthening, and quickly at that. The storm will be moving into much warmer waters in about a day or so.
A federal judge is hearing arguments over whether to stop construction indefinitely at an immigrant detention center in the Florida Everglades. Stacey Lynn reports.
The judge is considering whether Alligator Alcatraz violates environmental laws. Last week, she ordered a 2-week halt on new construction, but that doesn't restrict law enforcement or immigration enforcement activity there. The center was quickly built 2 months ago at a training airport. Detainees say the conditions are so poor there are worms in the food and overflowing toilets, while mosquitoes and other insects are everywhere.
A Baltimore court is holding a hearing on a Trump administration suit against all of Maryland's federal judges. It's part of the administration's attempts to rein in judges who have blocked his immigration policies. Amazon is expanding its grocery delivery business, as Jason Brooks reports.
Amazon says same-day groceries delivery will be available in more than 2,300 cities by the end of this year, up from a current 1,000 cities and towns. The Seattle-based e-commerce company says perishable items will be available, including dairy, meat, seafood, and baked goods.
Same-day orders of $25 or more will be free for Prime members. On Wall Street, stocks are higher again today. The Dow currently up 401 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you ever think about hosting your very own radio